Thinking of a hand-dipped milkshake? You are now.
There are two ways to get your sandwich made to order. One, at a fast food place, look for the empty ramp and order what isn't in it. Or two, drive over to Steak and Shake and get anything you want.
Steak and Shake, cooked to order.
Don't miss a minute of this special edition of Sunshine Network Live when Pat Clark reviews last year's success and previews the upcoming Florida Gator basketball season. Check in and check it out Thursday at 6:30 on Sunshine.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Barry Milligan at the Nextel Florida Sports News Desk. Stay with us all evening. Coming up at 10 o'clock on Nextel's Florida Sports News, we will take you in depth into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers locker room. Are the Bucs really back? Well, I'll tell you what, a win will heal a lot of wounds. Glenn Deemer checks in there. Will Michael Vick play against the Canes? We will have the latest. You'll hear from Frank Beamer, the Virginia Tech head coach. Right now, it looks like Vick no better than 50-50 heading into the Wednesday practice. And, of course, we'll have Tampa Bay Lightning highlights, the Bolts and Hurricanes going at it tonight. Each team trying to get back on track. And, of course, it's opening night at the TD Waterhouse Center. We will have reaction there as well as we take you back to Orlando twice this evening for a couple of post-game hits. But right now, let's take you back to Orlando once again and join Pat Clark and Charles Davis.
All right, Barry, thank you very much. Magic Basketball is next here on Sunshine, and a reminder that we're back here tomorrow night for more Sunshine Network Live fun and frolic. Charles and Mike Bianchi debate the BCS rankings. That's a Bianchi, isn't it the Bianchi?
The Bianchi Championship Series.
Okay, that's tomorrow night. And Mark Jones on the vulnerability of Virginia Tech as it heads into Miami this week. And that's tomorrow night at 6:30. Magic Basketball next here on Sunshine for Charles Davis and the rest of us here at Sunshine. Enjoy the game, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Is proud to sponsor the UCF Golden Knights. Don't miss the gridiron action as UCF sets its sights on a successful season. UCF faces Louisiana Tech Saturday at 7 on Sunshine.
BIG technology chips. Great buy. Good.
Big Tech chips. Huh. At SunTrust, our advisors believe investment should be based on individual planning, not the tip of the day.
Big Tech chips finance.
So if you're looking for solid financial help, call SunTrust. Smart investing starts here.
Well, I really can't say, Eileen. All I know is the stock is going through the roof.
Oh man, the sweet stuff. A green light and 4 open lanes to Fun City. We are golden. No time to talk, Chief. We are well on our neon way.
Get a $2,500 cash allowance or low financing on 2000 model year Dodge Neons.
Magic and Sunshine Network are getting together to quench your basketball thirst and feed your TV hunger. Stop by your neighborhood Checkers and receive your free Sunshine Network and Orlando Magic souvenir cup when you buy any large drink or large combo meal. Each cup showcases the Orlando Magic schedule as well as games you can catch on Sunshine Network. Hurry to Checkers locations in Orlando, Daytona Beach, and Melbourne because these cups are only available for a limited time. Checkers, high performance human fuel.
Weeknights at 6:30. Sunshine Network's got the pregame to the night in Florida sports.
We've got all the action around the action. Dependable coverage and expert insight on all your favorite teams.
If it's happening in Florida sports,
we'll take you inside the huddle, inside the locker room, inside the deals and the trades.
You'll see it first.
We'll break down the cap, the X's and the O's.
On Sunshine Network Live.
Weeknights at 6:30.
begins as the Orlando Magic ready to launch a new season and boldly journey into the NBA universe on opening night. An all-star tandem is signed, sealed, and set to deliver, while a new generation steps forward to raise its game to a higher level. And familiar faces return to soar and score with a throttle of power. The biggest of men, with admirable commitment, navigate through the stars. Braced by those hardy souls whose courage has been proven time and again. And a blessed Irish spirit and spunk. And the floating grace of flight, which at times gives way to a whirlwind of chaos. We're set for lunch, awaiting all commands. One giant leap into what promises to be an unforgettable journey of Orlando Magic basketball.
Central Florida, TD Waterhouse Center gleaming. The Orlando Magic hoping to begin proving tonight that they're scary good in the Eastern Conference this season. It's NBA basketball, season number 12 for the Orlando Magic. The Magic hosting the Washington Wizards. Inside the building, the crowd continuing to file in. An excellent crowd expected tonight for the Magic against the Wizards. David Steele along with Jack the Goose Gibbons, and we're thrilled to be bringing you another season of Orlando Magic basketball. The Goose and I beginning our 12th year as broadcasters for the basketball club. We've seen everything when it comes to Orlando Magic basketball. We see the start, Jack, of a new era tonight.
It's going to be nice, David, because we have a couple guys coming in. We know what they can do. They've done it in the past, and they're only going to get better. Of course, I'm talking Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill. Those guys can flat play. They have proven they can play on this level. And Grant Hill, he's just unbelievable what he can bring. No, he has not been healthy. He's not 100% yet, but he says he's ready to play tonight, and hopefully it's a sign of good things to come. Tracy McGrady is so talented. We saw him all through preseason just continue to impress everyone around the league, and I just can't wait to get started.
McGrady and Hill leading the way tonight for the Orlando Magic against the Washington Wizards. Hill still recovering from ankle surgery last spring, but getting better and stronger as the preseason progressed. And Grant Hill now looking to make his debut tonight along with McGrady in the Magic starting lineup.
Yeah, you look at Grant's career numbers, always a triple-double threat, night in and night out. Tracy McGrady wants to get to where Grant Hill is, where he has been in his career, and it's just going to make for a lot of fun.
All right, it is the Magic and the Wizards, and our sideline reporter, Paul Kennedy, has moved from the sideline to outside the building for some pregame festivities.
Happy Halloween and trick-or-treat to you too, David and Goose, outside the TD Waterhouse Center. Fans arriving, sharing with just about all the NBA. The high expectations of this Orlando Magic franchise, no less than Sports Illustrated picked Orlando not only to win the East, but to advance all the way to the NBA Finals. What a difference a year makes. Last season seems but a ghost when Orlando, with a new coach in Doc Rivers and an unknown cast, including Darrell Armstrong, was predicted that it would finish 28th.
You know, with Grant and Tracy added, it makes it even dangerous now with what we can do. People know. I mean, when you go from 28th to first, with people just picking you, and the expectation goes up, and goes up even higher, then people expect you to win, and people know you got talent, and people know you can win, then that's when you got to respond and you got to do it.
So yes, this year with the Coach of the Year in Doc Rivers and with Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady and Darrell too, this entire cast, the Orlando Magic have become one very scary team for the rest of the National Basketball Association.
Halloween opening night on Sunshine Network coming up next.
Was you scared?
On Sunshine is brought to you by Gatorade. Is it in you? By Subway. Eat fresh. And by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you'll have the freedom to go places.
You see him on the back road, you see him on the street. Let me tell you, mister, they sure look sweet. They're mean and they're rough and rugged to boot. They're a whole lot of muscle and fun to drive too.
Visit your Southern Ford dealer for nearly $1,500 in package savings on the best-selling F-150. That gets you automatic transmission, AC, anti-lock brakes, power driver's seat, windows and locks, and everything else you see here.
When the going gets tough, gotta drive a Ford truck.
Oh, for a horse with wings. Breeders' Cup. Racing's Championship.
Introducing Checkers' new Screaming Chicken Strips, packed with tangy coleslaw, famous fries, and tender slabs of all-white meat chicken.
Hi, I'm the president of Checkers. And if you ask me, these new Screamin' Chicken Strips are better than Popeyes and KFC. Oops, did I say that?
Great new chicken, but what's up with that commercial?
New Screaming Chicken Strips. Checkers, high-performance human fuel.
Hey, number 18. Peyton Manning? Hello? Archie Manning's son? This guy eats, sleeps, and drinks football. He's like, study, practice, study, practice. From the volunteer stages, right? Volunteer to kick some defensive butt. And...
No, let me guess. He drinks my stuff, huh?
Booyah! Scenery. Battle tested, champion approved. But we're not gonna finish? Come on, Mike. You can win this home.
Florida teams, Florida fans, Florida sports news. Tonight, right after the game, Barry Milligan and Tom Block cut through the national clutter, focusing first and foremost on all your favorite Florida teams. A full hour of scores, highlights, and more.
Why not?
Tonight, right after the game, Florida Sports News.
Ewing's loyalty is shifted west. Can he lead the Sonics through the Magic's new tricks? Coverage begins Monday at 7 with Sunshine Network Live.
When Florida sports fans want to get in the game, they go to SunshineNetwork.com. Up to the minute insight on all your favorite teams, stats, scores, and a whole lot more. SunshineNetwork.com.
Welcome back to Orlando. It's time to start the NBA season. The Magic take on the Washington Wizards tonight from Orlando, Florida at TD Waterhouse Center. Happy Halloween, everybody. David Steele, Jack Gibbons, Paul Kennedy with you tonight to get the 55th NBA season underway and the 12th season here in Central Florida. In the home openers, the Magic are 7-4 in their brief NBA history, and overall they've won 5 and lost 6 in season openers. An expanded pre-game festivity is taking place here at the TD Waterhouse Center, featuring the Florida A&M University Marching Band. And let's join the festivities now.
Goes to the Magic is Doc Rivers. A 6'2" guard from Jacksonville, number 7, D. Brown. A 6'10" forward center from Florida, number 55, Andrew Duckler. A 6'11" center from Utah, number 51, Michael Toliak. A 6'9" forward from Notre Dame, number 8, Pat Garrity. A 6'1" guard from Southern Illinois, number 11, Roy Hudson. A 6'8" guard from Florida, number 50, Mike Miller. A 6'8" forward from Georgetown, number 52, Don Reed. A 6'8" forward from Notre Dame, number 3, Monty Williams. A 6'8" forward from Duke, number 33, Grant Hill. A 6'8" forward from Houston, number 45, Bo Outlaw. A 6'10" center from Penn State. number 13, Tanamichi. A 6'8" forward from Mount Zion Academy, number 1, Tracy McGrady. A 6'1" guard from Fayetteville State, number 10, Hero Armstrong.
Have met the 2000-2001 Orlando Magic. Now let's bring the starting lineups for tonight's game to you. Presented by Southwest Airlines. For the Magic, Bo Outlaw, Grant Hill are the forwards, John Amici the center, in the backcourt, Tracy McGrady and Darrell Armstrong. For the Washington Wizards, coached by Leonard Hamilton, Juwan Howard and Felipe Lopez, a newcomer from Vancouver, acquired in the Ike Austin trade, are in the front court along with starting center Jahidi White, and in the backcourt veterans Mitch Richmond and Rod Strickland. First-year head coach of the Washington Wizards, Leonard Hamilton, successful coach at the University of Miami, lifted the Hurricane program into national prominence down in South Florida, and hired by Michael Jordan to bring the Washington franchise back to prominence. It's been a long time since the Washington franchise was one of the premier teams in the NBA. They did win a world championship in '78. They've been in the playoffs only once in the last 12 years. That was in '97 when they fell 3-0 to the Chicago Bulls in the first round. Doc Rivers, the NBA's Coach of the Year a season ago, ready to go. Reloading with talented newcomers, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady. Still has the heart and hustle crew from a year ago with Darrell Armstrong. The heart and soul of this basketball team still. Bo Outlaw, John Amici, the other starting members of the Magic basketball team. And it's a deep team with Mike Miller providing excitement in the preseason. Monty Williams having a great preseason for the Magic. Pat Garrity, his outside shooting, going to be a big plus. Yep. Michael Doliak, Don Reed, Andrew DeClercq. Going to be a lot of fun this year, Goose.
Yes, it is. A lot of players, a lot of names. I don't know that there are many teams, David, that can go as deep as the Magic. Magic have dominated this series. But you mentioned a lot of names there and a lot of guys that can play. And Grant Hill jumping center. First time we've seen that. He just moved the Bo Outlaw right out of the way and said, let me handle it, Bo.
And Magic, as they did so often, to give the ball to John Amici. And a nice move, but left the left-handed hook short. 34-year-old veteran Rod Strickland brings the ball into the front court for the Wizards.
One of the toughest point guards to deal with. Rod Strickland does everything well.
White stepped out of bounds. Washington turns the ball over on their first possession. They were 3-4 in the preseason. The Magic had the best record in preseason basketball at 7-1. Long-time All-Stars there. Hill versus Richmond. Amici sees an opening. Uncontested. John Amici, the first points of the season. Only fitting. He scored the first points of the millennium last January in Miami.
Well, John Amici's first shot wasn't quite that easy, but and that open, but it was pretty close. He missed another one right at the hole.
Ball movement. Felipe Lopez to Juwan Howard, and the foul on the Magic.
Yeah, Darrell Armstrong from behind got him across the arm. I would think Juwan Howard is going to do everything possible to make the fans up there in Washington forget about the season he had last year. Was just really struggled all season long, it seemed, and didn't produce the numbers, the type numbers he's used to producing, and the fans got on him and stayed on him most of the season.
It was a tough year for Washington overall. They won just 29 games, lost 53 times. The Wizards take an early 3-2 lead in the season opener.
Tell you what, David, a lot of mismatches. Magic in the Magic's favor.
3 for McGrady.
A lot of situations. You look at this lineup for the Magic and for the Wizards, and the Wizards are going to have possibly have a difficult time matching up.
McGrady defending Felipe Lopez. Forced the pass to White. Outlaw rejected it. White muscles it back up, and I think Outlaw got him.
Bo was there. John Amici was there. Give the foul to Bo. He got the block first. You'll see the action inside. Bo's going to get all ball the first time, but get him across the arm there. It does force him to miss a free throw.
White not very effective from the foul line. 54% last year. And 52% in his NBA career. Out of Georgetown University. This is his 3rd season in the NBA.
100% so far this season, though, isn't it?
1 for 1. See how long we can say that.
A little bit longer.
White's free throws tying the score at 5. Good matchup at the 1 spot. On the drive, draws the foul. He went to the line last year almost 300 times.
Well, I don't know if they're going to give him 2 free throws. Nope, they're saying he's on the floor.
It's first team foul. Arguing. That point will be accused with referee Mike Callahan. Mike Callahan, Joe Forte, Mark Davis, the assistants tonight.
As you look at Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady, and you put them on the low post, and the Wizards will have to double team every time they get it down low.
Knocking it out of bounds. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game, Goose.
Well, getting off to a good start is first and foremost. Let's see if you can continue to win as you did in the preseason. I think the Magic have to keep their defense going. They showed in the preseason they can defend. And Rod Strickland and Mitch Richmond, 2 tough ones to handle. The Magic will have to deal with them. And that's an advantage the Wizards will have. Strickland on the low post against Gerald Armstrong.
Roll on the left wing. McGrady fouled. Howard and White were both there. One of them got him. And that explosiveness that we saw in the preseason carrying over tonight.
He's just so long. He just stretches out there. Watch the step along the baseline. Watch how quickly he gets by there. And already he's exploding to the hole. Juwan Howard gets him with the body.
McGrady in the preseason had problems on the foul line, only 63%.
Well, he's inching ever so much closer to that free throw line. Seemed like he started out shooting them a lot further back than he is now.
You're right, he has been inching up that direction, hasn't he, since the beginning of the preseason.
Yeah, I just hope all you young players out there watching, just don't push off on the ball. John Amici got him, I guess, inside. Thought he might have pushed off Jihadi White. But all you young players out there watching, just don't pay any attention to where Tracy McGrady stands on the free throw line.
Get as close as you can get.
Yes. I mean, as I've gone around and watched, well, both my daughter's team and my son's team play in the last few weeks, I've noticed more and more players, young guys and girls, standing back away from that free throw line, and you just cringe because it's just a bad habit. That's just like going to them and say, guys, watch Bo Outlaw's free throw form, and I want you to shoot like Bo. It's just not good.
Meanwhile, White's free throw streak is over.
Goes back down to 50% real quick, doesn't it?
Funny how it averages out like that. Good defense on the ball by Lopez. Hill. Good defense on Grant. McGrady's open for 3. He's drilled 2 threes from out there.
I think the young fella wants to play tonight, huh?
He is ready. Magic take a 4-point lead. Gets some pressure. Juwan Howard inside to White. He lost it out of bounds. It'll be Magic ball.
Traveled first. Oh, I thought he might have traveled first.
Grant Hill says he has to give me some space, doesn't he?
Well, I guess he said he had enough, but I really thought he might have traveled before the contact occurred. Could have been a break for the Magic, just a turnover. Instead, Grant Hill gets a foul and the turnover.
Richmond, very good defender throughout his career.
Yeah. He also struggled last season.
Tough shot by Howard. Felipe Lopez up on the rim. Offensive goaltending.
Offensive interference, our ball.
Lopez, a guy that sort of got lost in the shuffle in Vancouver last year, and I recall Brian Hill always very high on Felipe Lopez when he was the head coach.
He was playing behind a couple pretty good guards out there.
Outlaw finds himself in a crowd. McGrady getting respect after hitting 2 threes. Outlaw kept it alive. Bo going to pick up his second. A loose ball foul on Bo Outlaw. And with 8:15 left in the first period, Doc Rivers going to go down his bench, pull up Pat Garrity. Bo Outlaw coming off a strong preseason. Has picked up 2 quick fouls here tonight. Pat Garrity checks in.
Yeah, Bo played extremely well. I like that Bo was a little bit more aggressive offensively, tried to score more, although his points didn't show it. But his minutes were down from last season, so.
3-second violation on Washington. So Jahidi White filed for homestead exemption in there. Leonard Hamilton didn't like the call. That's the 4th Washington turnover already. We're just inside the 8-minute mark in the first period. Post against Richmond. Richmond doing a good job on him.
Well, he's always been a good defender, no question about it. Good to see that one go. You have to run a double team at him. I mean, I don't care who's on him. When he has that much size advantage, the Wizards didn't that time.
Boy, did he get some elevation on that jumper?
Yes, he did.
Which is a good sign. Howard cross court to Richmond. Great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but that's 2. Had the foot on the line.
He is one of the all-time best from out there behind the arc.
Well, you can see it in Daryl's eyes. He wants a shot.
Strickland not giving him any room out there. No double team. Amici thinks he can take advantage there, but did not get the benefit of the whistle. 3-on-2. Strickland drops it for Lopez. Hill challenge. Takes it away. Amici storming down the floor.
Nicely done, Grant Hill. And I mean, it's a wonderful job, John Amici running the floor and catching that ball in traffic, but Grant Hill with the block and then the rebound to get it going the other way.
Matching the largest lead of the game. Strickland loves to pull up, shoot it right in your face. Amici, nice box out on White.
Good box out. Something we don't see very often, even on this level.
Brady off that pass. Fortunate not to have turned it over.
But watch John Amici here on the fast break. Grant Hill just looking up the floor. And Meach caught that one. Didn't have to put it down. A couple long strides to the basket. Got him there. Darryl wants a shot. He's been wanting it for a long time.
And he drilled it.
You could see him just wanting to let it go.
Magic enjoyed their largest lead halfway through the first quarter.
This play might come around to the weak side to Mitch Richmond.
It's camped down deep in the left corner. Howard short stops the ball, however, and takes it all the way to the hoop. He has 5 of Washington's 9 points. Beachy, quick spin move on White, draws the foul. Almost made the shot.
We'll get our first time out here, but the Magic's doing a good job pushing the ball.
And really spreading the ball around early.
Morning. Morning. I just flew in. I'm going to go see my client. The client, excuse me. We're like this.
How long has it been? Now's the perfect time to do business in West Palm Beach. Starting January 21st, fly Southwest Airlines nonstop for $44 each way with 7-day advance round-trip purchase.
free to move about the country.
This is an ordinary cell phone. This is Nextel, and it's going to change the way you do business thanks to Direct Connect, its digital two-way radio feature. Frank, you see it? Not yet. It ensures instant contact. Bridget.
Got it.
Cost a fraction of cellular. It just passed. And it makes other cell phones...
Ready now.
Obsolete.
Direct Connect from Nextel. How business gets done.
Lincoln invites you to sit back, relax, and read between the dotted lines. Lincoln LS, because high performance just took a turn in the right direction. A lease of just $3.99 a month for 36 months. Lincoln Navigator, the luxury sport utility, according to Lincoln. One test drive is worth 1,000 commercials.
We're back in Orlando. It's a 15-9 lead for the Magic with 5:44 to play in the first quarter.
That's Major Nelson, isn't it?
It is, and Jeannie.
Jeannie, he even brought her out tonight. Huh. He usually keeps her in that bottle most of the time,
Normally.
right?
They just don't make TV comedies like that anymore, do they?
No.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but...
Never could figure out why he kept her in. I'd be showing her off, wouldn't you?
Well, you can't overdo it. I mean,
She's pretty good.
You can't overdo a good thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
So he knew when to pick his spots. We got a lot of folks dressed up here tonight. Yeah. And a good crowd tonight. Not a sellout crowd, which is, frankly, a little disappointing, but Halloween probably has something to do with that.
Yeah, it's with the kids having stuff going on tonight. It's, you can kind of understand some families not necessarily coming out tonight, but I still thought it would be a full house. Pretty close. But the Magic really struggled from the free throw line in the preseason. Thought that would change, but Leach misses both of those.
And they're 1 for 4 so far tonight. Boy, when Heidi White sets a screen down, there's the ball. It's a screen, isn't it?
Good job, Pat Garrity, defending down there.
They can take a far-away jumper, and you've done your job, but he will make that shot. Dylan Richmond looking for Brady. Lopez doing a good job denying the ball inside. Now it goes into Brady. He lost 3 defenders. Shot clock is at 2, and Armstrong turns it over. Strickland challenged by Garrity, and a whistle.
That's good use of the body that time, and a good job defensively by the Wizards. Didn't say that a whole lot last season. You talked individually about their defense, but good team defense this time, and then good use of the body by Rod Strickland to get the foul and the bucket.
The shot clock at 3. Armstrong just tried to get a shot away. Magic lead has been cut to 4. 4:49 to play in the first. Brady, lightning quick with the left hand.
And when you can do that much, I mean, how are you going to stop the guy?
9 points in the quarter for McGrady,
including 2 from behind the three-point line.
Richmond, great catch and shoot guy. This time he puts it on the floor one time.
Well, see, he can do so many things to get open, and then when you start running him off the screens, he is very difficult to handle.
Here comes Lopez. And the Wizards cut the lead to 2. Felipe Lopez, first points of the night. Boston doing a good job defensively. But McGrady just shooting it over the top of Felipe Lopez. 11 points for McGrady.
He's going to have some times now when he gets on a roll. We saw that in the preseason. Strickland's going to have to shoot a jumper.
Don't mind him taking 3. White in there wrestling with John Amici.
He's just banging John Amici around, isn't he? Just pushing his way to the clear spot on the floor. The foul came before the shot. The Magic go hard over the limit.
Michael Doliak jumps off the Orlando bench, so Amici with 2 personal fouls will join fellow starting player Bo Outlaw on the bench with 2 fouls. Doliak, who played in all but 1 game last year and all but 1 game the year before. So he's played in every game except twice in his Magic career.
Boy, you see Jahadi White, he just made the Wizards forget all about Ike Austin last season, didn't he? Moved into the starting lineup with 59 games left and started every one of those. And as a matter of fact, he was playing so well, the Wizards decided to go with him, and they shipped Ike Austin out west.
Rewarded this young man here with a 5-year, $25 million contract.
Well, you know, you think it's one season enough to justify that kind of money. They must see something they really like in him. Can't blame them.
Doliak off the bench and into the basket.
The double team came very quickly, Tracy McGrady, that time, and he just gave it up to the open man. He's going to have to be able to do that also.
Richmond, who also had a very tough year last year, missing this shot. Armstrong running out. From Hill.
They're going to want to run. This is the style the Magic want to play. Hit it and go. It's just a 2-point game. Now 7. Offensive foul inside.
This time, is called for the personal. That's his second. Grant Hill has ignited a couple of beautiful fast breaks for the Magic in the first quarter.
Bangkok.
Just what do we mean when we say steak burger?
Bangkok.
Just what do we mean when we say milkshake? Just kidding.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Bangkok.
It's so silent, you'd swear you're in the middle of nowhere. There's a sign on the tightly sealed doors addressed to noise that reads, "Quiet, do not disturb." It's insulated and isolated by engineers with the hearing of overzealous librarians. Why it's so quiet, you can hear yourself think. Dodge Intrepid. Quietly different. Get a $2,000 cash allowance or low financing on 2000 Dodge Intrepid.
Tomorrow night at 6:30, Sunshine Network's got the pregame to the night in Florida sports.
We've got all the action around the action. Dependable coverage and expert insight on all your favorite teams.
If it's happening in Florida sports,
We'll take you inside the huddle, inside the locker room, inside the deals and the trades.
you'll see it first
We'll break down the cap, the X's and the O's.
on Sunshine Network Live.
Tomorrow night at 6:30.
Sunshine Network Live has all the latest on Seminole and Gator basketball as their season gets ready to tip off. Tune in Thursday at 6:30 for the Gator basketball preview with Pat Charles and Larry Battelle. Then on Monday at 6:30, join Tom Block and Barry Milligan for all the scoop on the Knowles. Sunshine Network first in Florida sports. And if you can explain to me what that is, then I'll be much obliged, Goose.
Well, I don't know, David. But we'll think about it here and might be able to figure that one out. But I don't know which way to go.
Not Barbie and Ken.
I was going to say Fred Flintstone and Wilma maybe, but you know, he used to wear that kind of looking outfit. I don't know.
Fred wasn't that light.
Well, yeah, I know that. Well, that's a hook.
That's Gallup.
Yeah, Whitney can't shoot it. That's one thing he can do.
Well, he made 5 against the Magic. I don't know if Magic fans remember that one, but it was actually it was last November, early in the season. He had 5 threes against Orlando in a game. Brady finds and misses one. Easy gets the rebound. And Richmond almost fumbled it away. The Magic lead. Richmond commits the 6th turnover for Washington in the first quarter. We're almost at the 2-minute mark. The Magic have led by as many as 8. Done over Akiki. Grant Hill's second field goal of the period.
Well, I'm just glad to see Grant Hill, you know, his confidence level has to be down just a little bit. I mean, it just has to be. So it's good to see him making shots. I thought when he won the tip to start the game, that was a big thing.
Checked in during the
break. 3 seconds again, I thought, but
good job, Garrity. Tipped it to McGrady.
Great job. Well, you're seeing some good boxing out here by the Magic.
Doesn't need much room, does it? Pat Garrity, first bucket of the year.
Seeing some good screening out. The Magic are going to have to do that to rebound the basketball. You have to get fundamental at times, and that's what the Magic are doing.
Leonard Hamilton's NBA debut, and his team down by 9 with 1:18 to play in the first quarter.
You'll see Pat Garrity just spotting up. But what started that break was the job Pat Garrity did screening out on the other end of the floor to keep the Wizards away from the offensive glass. John Amici did that once as well. That started a fast break.
Garrity shot 40% from the mark last year, which ranked him in the top 15 in the NBA.
Yeah, he
thinks he can improve upon that this season. I think he's going to get better looks.
Yeah.
And really does have a good chance to be among the league leaders in three-point percentage.
Well, you know where I think Pat Garrity could really improve is from the free throw line. He just didn't shoot was low 70s, and you would think the way he shoots the basketball, he'd be in the 80s somewhere. So,
isn't it true though that guys that don't get to the line a lot, even if they're good shooters, they don't get a comfort level there, and he doesn't shoot a lot. McGrady doing a little bit of everything. Doliak, look at Big Mike run the floor, rejected from behind.
Yeah, give it to either one of two guys on that one.
Michael Smith came up with the basketball. That's Smith, number 34. Back door look, taken away by Hill. Another Wizards turnover, their 7th. Grant taking it inside, he fumbled it. Doliak back to Hill. Inside of a minute to play in the quarter. Shot clock is at 9. They look for McGrady against the much smaller Whitney. Garrity open out of the opposite corner.
Oh, Darryl.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Garrity's going to get some beautiful looks.
There are going to be some shots on the perimeter for some people, no question about it. Great job, though, Darryl, just eating up the defense, making them come to him, and finding Garrity in the corner.
Magic should get one more possession. Chris Whitney. Richard Hamilton. That's 3 for Richard Hamilton, the second-year making for UConn. And Washington will get the ball. Darryl telling referee Mark Davis to look at the screen. You're going to see how wrong you are. Hamilton had a pretty good rookie year. They expect much bigger and better things from him.
Well, he found himself in a situation where he was playing behind guys like Mitch Richmond and Rod Strickland at the guard spots, and they'd come with Whitney and Strickland in at the same time, so it cut his minutes down, Hamilton, and he also played some small forward for them, but they want him to be the star of this team in the future.
MVP of the Final Four his senior year at UConn, when the Huskies won the championship. Takes it in on McGrady. And we have a whistle on the rebound.
And the Magic might get 2 free throws. Nope, it's Wizards not over the limit. Wizards not over the limit. So the Magic will get a final shot here.
You hope. By the way, Troy Hudson checked in just a moment ago. That's Hudson, number 11. Hudson trying to find an opening from half court. It'll count if it goes. It almost does. But that's the end of the quarter. The Magic will settle for a 31-point first period. Their opening game of the 2000-2001 season.
The NBA on Sunshine is brought to you in part by Gatorade. Is it in you? By Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts. And by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
#1 in America, 3 years running. Backed by one of the industry's best warranties. The 2001 Toyota Camry. Now with up to $1,120 in extra value package savings. Drive the new 2001 Camry today at your nearest Toyota dealer. Toyota quality and reliability with savings up to $1,120.
If your Bronco's bucking, head to Discount Auto Parts. With our huge inventory of car and truck parts, we'll have you back in the saddle in no time. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts. At Discount Auto Parts, we have parts for just about every kind of car and truck on the road, including a full range of Ranger parts. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts. Checkers, the Orlando Magic, and Sunshine Network are getting together to quench your basketball thirst and feed your TV hunger. Stop by your neighborhood Checkers and receive your free Sunshine Network and Orlando Magic souvenir cup when you buy any large drink or large combo meal. Each cup showcases the Orlando Magic schedule as well as games you can catch on Sunshine Network. Hurry to Checkers locations in Orlando, Daytona Beach, and Melbourne because these cups are only available for a limited time. Checkers, high-performance human fuel. Florida Sports Profiles presents Butch Davis. As coach of the Miami Hurricanes, Davis has worked to raise the team to a new level of success, molding his players and rebuilding the program. Don't miss Florida Sports Profiles, Friday at 8 on Sunshine.
Tracy McGrady, a splendid first quarter in his first game in a Magic uniform. 11 points in the period, Jack.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, people see what he did in that first period. And they expected a lot from him, but they, I don't know that they expected quite this much. We saw a little bit of everything. Exciting young player. Cherokee Parks checking into the game.
4 rebounds to go with his 11 points. McGrady. Monty Williams checked in to start the second quarter for Grant Hill. Almost had a steal. Troy Hudson, Tracy McGrady, Monty Williams, Pat Garrity, and Michael Doliak are on the floor for the Magic.
I would guess Doc will give Tracy about another minute, and then he'll come with Mike Miller, I would imagine. Well, that was a carry.
Michael Smith. Washington cuts the lead to 7. Brady goes to work on Hamilton. They sent 3 men at him, but he missed the shot. Gerard King wrestles the rebound away from McGrady.
Doc wanted to jump ball. Tracy thought he had both hands on it.
Hudson falls down, no foul. Whitney calmly knocks in the jumper. Washington trims the lead to 5. Now a whistle. And a foul on Hamilton, I think. Trying to push McGrady off the block. He did too good of a job of it, I guess. That's his first.
Doc wanted to push off on that last drive by Chris Whitney. Officials didn't see it.
Clear out for McGrady again. Williams cut through the lane. McGrady's jumper is a beauty. 13 points for the 21-year-old from Auburndale.
He's just having fun, and Doc got the basket he wanted from McGrady, and now you have Mike Miller coming up off the bench. There's a block there from McGrady, but the Magic didn't see it. They do end up with the ball.
Brady 12th in the league last year in blocked shots. That ball ricocheted off the hip of Garrity. Williams there to pick it up. Monty with the outside jump. Doliak, a big, strong offensive rebound. Garrity from the top. Whitney almost tipped the ground before he let loose of the ball. At the other end of the floor, Gerard King finishes to cut the lead back to 5. Hudson from up top.
That's a tough shot right there. Troy Hudson is going to have to be able to run the team. And there's a foul in the backcourt. Troy Hudson's going to have to run the team and make sure when he comes on the floor, he doesn't surrender the lead, or the Magic did not surrender the lead under his leadership.
Did not shoot the ball well in the preseason.
No.
And he did a good job offensively when the team was in transition. Struggled more in the half court.
Right.
He's a good defender. Working on Chris Whitney early in the second quarter. Cherokee Park sets the screen. He misfires Garrity. Going to lead the fast break. That's a foul on Whitney. Not a bad that foul. The Magic were running downhill. And that's his first personal.
Mike Miller gets his first look now, checking into the ball game. You know, sometimes for a rookie, a young guy, this, of course, his first regular season game, but it's hard to understand sometimes how the rotation works. I mean, Mike Miller played so well in the preseason. I'm sure he was just chomping to get into the game. He probably couldn't wait. And then you have McGrady get off as he was in the first period. So now you have to wait that entire period. So we'll see how his energy level is now that he is in the ball game.
Stay tuned for the Dodge halftime report. We'll have highlights and stats of the first half, scores from around the league, and an interview with John Gabriel. Paul Kennedy will visit with the Magic GM, the man who orchestrated all of the offseason moves to bring Hill and McGrady to Orlando.
You go back to last summer and you look at all the deals John Gabriel made. I think 55 deals involving 51 players.
One of those players is out here in a Washington uniform, Michael Smith. He's one of those many puzzles that Gabriel put together. Cherokee Parks, and the big fellow from Duke. Knocks down the jumper. That might be the largest tattoo.
Which one? Didn't he have a nice preseason camp?
Oh, boy. Very aggressive. You saw him take it aggressively to the basket on that play. Hamilton against the rookie. And a foul on Monty Williams. It's a good foul. Michael Smith will shoot two. First personal on Monty. 8:45 to play in the first half. Magic lead is 7.
If you're not betting the Breeders' Cup, you better have a pretty good reason. The Breeders' Cup Ultra Pick 6. Possibly your best chance to turn $2 into $5 million.
Okay, honey. Say goodbye. It's almost post time.
To find out where you can bet the Breeders' Cup Ultra Pick 6, visit BreedersCup.com. Go, baby, go.
Rich, we're going public with the news. Let me know how soon you can get everyone together. Email me. Andy, David, can you deliver 4 cases of champagne? Hold on. By 3? Great.
Introducing Nextel Online, the new wireless internet services from Nextel.
The world's greatest athletes playing the world's greatest game are coming to an arena near you. It's the ultimate showcase of incredible athleticism, spontaneous creativity, and uncontrollable excitement. Join the drive for a championship when it comes to your town, live and in person. The NBA opens its season on October 31st. Tickets are on sale now. Go to NBA.com or call 800-4NBA-TICKS.
Don't miss out on another great year of heart and hustle. Become a Magic season ticket holder today. Great benefits including price savings off of gate prices, priority for playoff tickets, season ticket holder events, and more. Half-season ticket packages are also available for the first time ever. Call 407-89-MAGIC for more information. Leonard Hamilton making his NBA debut tonight. Familiar face in the Sunshine State. Great job at the University of Miami. His work cut out for him in the NBA.
Well, I played for him at the University of Kentucky. He was assistant coach there. Back when I played in the early days of his coaching career. Started out down at Austin Peay State University.
He was a great recruiter.
Yeah, he was.
For Joe B. Hall in Kentucky.
I thought it was interesting, the comments from Rick Pitino about Leonard Hamilton. He tried his best to talk Leonard Hamilton out of taking that that coaching job at Washington, or any coaching job in the NBA for that matter. Maybe tells us a little bit about where Rick Pitino's head is right now.
I read that too. Hamilton, boy, Smith just crashing over the top of Doliak. The Magic get the ball back with 8:18 to play. They really cooled off in this second quarter, just 2 for 7 after shooting 61% of the first. Doliak has a good look at it. Monty Williams pushed off to get the rebound. That's his second personal foul.
That's one of those rebounds Monty knows he probably could have had without pushing off. He just got his hands caught in there. That's the foul. Grant Hill back up off the bench.
Troy Hudson, who played for the LA Clippers last year, saw a mostly Western Conference player. That's a foul on Pat Garrity. Well, sometimes you just can't stop that quick first step of Cherokee Park's Garrity.
That's one of the parts of this game you just don't have many opportunities to talk about. But I guess it's there. We saw it there, didn't we?
We did see it. Grant Hill returns for the Magic. Pat Garrity will check out of the game. Also McGrady and Monty Williams comes to the bench. So Hill, McGrady return to join Hudson, Doliak, and Mike Miller, who has yet to put his hands on that orange ball.
That's an offensive foul. Rod Strickland didn't like it.
Well, once again, Hudson showing his defensive skills. He almost drew a charge earlier in the quarter.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned earlier, though, David, he can defend. No question about that.
Double team. Hudson swings it to Doliak. He'll take the shot from way out there. He made his first one and hit one since. Strickland penetrating. Hamilton perhaps caught off guard by a very fine pass from Ron Strickland. 9 turnovers for Washington.
Yeah, that was perfectly placed pass by Rod Strickland that time. You mentioned the Magic have cooled off a little bit. Let's see if they can get shots from McGrady and Grant Hill right now.
Michael Smith, the Mitch Richmond, just re-entered. Now Howard also came back in. Good job, Hudson. Miller leads the fast break. Drops it from McGrady.
Oh, got it right across the arm. Oh, man. And he got a lot of Tracy McGrady that time and no call. A lot of Tracy McGrady. I think everybody, even the Wizards players, were waiting for the whistle that time.
Howard steals it away. Armstrong back in for the Magic. Mike Miller hustling up the floor makes the steal.
Got to find the basket here.
Pull-up jumper.
Oh, you needed one very badly. Had dried up on the offensive end.
Doc Rivers has his starting 5 on the floor with the exception of Amici and Miller. 3 of the 5 out there. Hamilton. And Mike Miller is called for a foul.
You'll see Darrell Armstrong just pull up here and shoot the jumper. Magic needed a basket. Magic are already over the limit again, David. The Wizards didn't get there in the last period, had just 4 team fouls.
Well, the Magic have not had a friendly whistle so far tonight. Doliak comes off the floor. Bo Outlaw returns. Doliak made his first shot and then missed his next 4.
Well, it seemed as though he was just a little bit out of his range. A little bit further out on a couple of those jump shots.
Hamilton shot 77% from the line. Drops in 2 to cut the lead back to 5. Miller against Michael Smith. Lowered his shoulder into the defender. Cross courts it to Hill. McGrady, what a lightning. Boom! And it's up. Richmond never saw it coming.
Boy, how quick was that? Oh, man.
15 there, huh? Unbelievable. Hamilton from the baseline. Smith whistles it away from McGrady.
Oh, he is so strong.
Strickland from 18 feet. Miller going to get some rebounds. And he'll lead for fast break. Miller for three. That's what we saw all through the preseason. And his first three-point attempt is good. Here tonight, Miller hustling to the floor. Hart and hustle. Armstrong back to Hill. And the foul.
This is going to be fun. Get your tickets while you can. This is going to be good.
Watch McGrady again as we go to commercial break.
Hey, number 18. Peyton Manning. Hello. Archie Manning's son. This guy eats, sleeps, and drinks football. He's like, study, practice, study, practice. From the volunteer stages, right? Volunteer to kick some defensive butt. And
No, let me guess. He drinks my stuff, huh?
booyah! Scenery. Battle tested, champion approved. But we're not gonna finish? Come on, Mike. You can win this hole.
If your Bronco's bucking, head to Discount Auto Parts. With our huge inventory of car and truck parts, we'll have you back in the saddle in no time. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts. A reminder from Discount Auto Parts. With thousands of car and truck parts and lots of convenient locations, we can help make your Cutlass supreme again. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
Sunshine Network is first in Florida sports. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Orlando Solar, Miami Soul, Orlando Miracle, Tampa Bay Storm, Orlando Predators, Miami Fusion, Tampa Bay Mutiny, Florida State Seminole, Florida Gators, Central Florida Golden Knights, Jacksonville Dolphins, Florida International Golden Panthers, Southeastern Atlantic Coast Conference, Sunshine State Conference, Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, Trans-America Athletic Conference, and Florida High School Athletics.
David, this is going to be fun to see the Magic changing ends of the floor so quickly. And the perimeter shots you talk about are there, and Tracy McGrady just, boy, fooled Mitch Richmond that time. You don't see that happen very often. Grant Hill finds Mike Miller, and he nails the three. And then Mike Miller gets down on the floor, gives it up for the team. And that starts the fast break. Like I say, this could be very fun.
Magic dance team enjoying it in the second quarter. 5:20 to play in the period. The Orlando Magic lead by 10. Out fast breaking the Wizards 12-6. Grant Hill is going to the free throw line. Shot only 6 free throws tonight. This is Hill's first offering. 5-time NBA All-Star. Wears a couple of NCAA championship rings as well from his great career at Duke.
Yeah, he's done it all. Has a gold medal on the Olympic team, and the Magic continue to struggle from the free throw line.
4 out of 8 tonight. Full court pressure. Outlaw just took it right away from Juwan Howard. Miller lays it in. What a fast break there. It hit before Washington knew what was happening.
You just like the way the ball's sharing.
Look at Miller. Outlaw saves it from going out of bounds. But let's see what the call.
And Bo makes the three. Oh, it's not going to count. Anytime blow the whistle, but not now. That shot almost looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Man, oh man. It doesn't count. But that'll be a highlight on somebody's highlight reel.
It should be.
Oh, man.
Bo didn't make a 3 last year, but he did make one a couple of years ago. I remember it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did.
He's 1 for 28 in his career. What about Mike Miller? He's throwing his body all over the floor.
He knows he has to play like that to get time.
13-point lead. Howard over McGrady. I think Tracy made it change the trajectory.
Tracy McGrady, those long arms, you can see why.
Hill goes baseline and draws the foul. So many weapons.
Man.
Bruce, I can't stop smiling over here.
Well, I'm just shaking my head because this team's not even together yet. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, Grant Hill didn't play in the preseason for a couple games. Mike Doliak played 2. I mean, they haven't had time together as a team. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing now, but I'm thinking about what could possibly happen with this ball club.
But Doc Rivers, that's one of the reasons he was Coach of the Year. He was able to bring a new group of players together quickly last year. Nasty spill, Strickland.
Grant Hill just a half step off of that one. Doc Rivers just shaking his head saying, you know, I can live with that, man, because we almost had another turnover there.
Well, you know, when you think about what Doc did last year, with an assemblage of brand new players, a new coach his first year, I thought the Magic were better prepared than just about every club that you saw in November, and that was with all new players and a new coach.
Well, as I said last year, when you talk about Doc Rivers, you have to talk about those other guys on the bench, but that coaching staff he put together had a lot to do with the success of this ball club, and I think Doc will be the first to tell you.
Armstrong wanted to call.
Gibbs just he won't miss out. He just doesn't miss out.
6 for the veteran. Mitch Richmond, a 6-time All-Star himself, so he was down 12. Almost spun into trouble. McGrady back to Hill in the corner. And Notion. Now he'll take the shot. That's short. Howard lost it out of bounds. Out the ball was just pestering him.
That's Bo again, forcing the turnover. Grant Hill hesitated on that jump shot. Just another sign that he's not quite back yet. And when he's ready, he'll take that shot as soon as he can.
Miller catches and shoots. Outlaw found one in his lap. Halloween gift for Bo Outlaw, and it's a 14-point lead.
Mitch Richmond just beside himself right now with the way his team is looking.
Having trouble getting into an offense. There's Miller again. And a one-arm pass by McGrady, but Hill saves it. Out of bounds to Washington.
I'll tell you one thing, and we have a lot of time left in this ball game, but right now the Magic are just out working. Look at that. Look at coming up with this one. Now they're going to turn it away, turn it over, the Magic will, but they're just out working the Wizards, at least to this point.
Miller got a semi-standing ovation. He just came off the floor. Amici checks back in. I think this crowd's going to like Mike Miller.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any question about that.
Richmond driving, good penetration. And nice finish by Michael Smith. He has 6 off the Washington bench. Cross-court look. Armstrong finds Amici up top. Pretty tough. McGrady thinks he should have had it. Idea by John Amici, who sees the floor well from out top, but the Magic turn the ball over. Still lead by 12.
Flying to Fort Lauderdale for business? If these 7 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Fort Lauderdale, maybe this will. Log on for low fares at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
You ever seen a guy this relaxed around here? I didn't think so. How'd I do it? Sprint Yellow Pages. I use mine at home to find all this dad stuff. And a pager, so my wife can page me.
Okay, Dad. Where's the wife?
Find almost everything you need in the Sprint Yellow Pages. The best red Yellow Pages.
You bring your wife?
Controversial gene research has led scientists to unlock the secrets of DNA. What they've discovered is something many of us have suspected all along.
$2,000 cash allowance or low APR on Dodge Ram.
Sunshine has more of the Magic Monday when they host Patrick Ewing and the Seattle Supersonics. Tip-off time is 7:30 with Sunshine Network Live. The pregame coverage beginning at 6:30, live only on Sunshine Network. That's the Magic and the Sonics, and that should be a good one. We only seen Seattle once here in Orlando. All the West teams come in just one time, so that's your chance Monday.
Patrick Ewing now with the Seattle Supersonics. Doesn't look the same in that green uniform, does it?
Very odd. After all those years with New York. What a performance in the first half by the Magic. Tracy McGrady. 15 points to lead the way, but this team is flying around like there is no tomorrow. Richmond. McGrady matching up with him. Howard against Outlaw.
Tracy McGrady will have a hard time leaving Mitch Richmond to go down and double team there.
Oh, that should have been an offensive foul. Instead, it goes the other way. I thought Howard put Outlaw on his way to the basket. But Amici instead has his third, and Howard goes to the line for a three-point play.
Boy, it sure looked as though he hooked him down on the low post. I mean, he had his arm all the way around him. Watch right here. I mean, that's usually an offensive foul. And they usually don't even think twice about blowing the whistle on that kind of play when it's that much out in the open and, you know, no help defense there. It was just Bo and Juwan Howard.
Not only did he not get that call, but then Amici's on the bench because he picked up his third foul. Howard converts the three-point play, now have 8, and the Wizards creep back to within 9. Amici on the bench. Mike Miller returns for the Magic.
Usually try to take advantage of Tracy McGrady down low with his play.
Foul gets the benefit of the call this time. Felipe Lopez, Michael Smith were both there. Both insisting they didn't commit the personal, but it's Smith's third.
Tell you what, right now, every time McGrady touches the ball and he gets a look like he had on that time, you just kind of think it's going to go. At least in this game, it seems like. He does get 2 free throws, though.
Brady acquired from Toronto in a sign and trade. Toronto getting future first round picks. That's Gerard King returning for Washington, replacing Michael Smith.
The Wizards have a couple bangers in there, don't they? Smith, you look at Smith, and of course Heidi White. A lot of size in there.
Gerard King.
Yep.
Akizi.
And they could have had Don Reed, who the Magic now have. Heading last year, but Reed decided he wanted to come to the Magic.
3-point shot. Mitch Richmond.
That's still one of the prettiest shots in the business.
1,264 going in. Great entry pass from Hill. Brady rebounding his own miss, draws the foul again.
Quick second jump there. But Mitch Richmond's shot is just, boy, the form, the follow through, I mean, it's just gorgeous. See him spot up and let that thing go. He did average 17 points a game last year, Mitch Richmond, but it's a far cry from the 24+ points per game that he averaged a lot of other years in the NBA.
Well, he was hurt a lot last season. Never really got to 100% physically. Brady's now 4 of 6 on the line today. 18 points with 1:41 to play in the first half. Chris Whitney running the Washington offense, pick and roll with Howard, gives it back to Juwan along the baseline. Outlaw blocked it. McGrady has it. He'll lead the fast break. Washington hustling back on defense, but Miller unguarded.
A little short on that one. Now they're running at Mike Miller. He's made the scouting report.
That was a block. Brady got it, and then Grant Hill reached in and knocked it free. turns, whirls, fires. Rebound, Howard. Magic should get another possession as Whitney breaks down the Magic defense and gets an open shot for Felipe Lopez.
The Wizards doing a better job of executing right now. They have gotten the pace down to where they are much better able to deal with the Magic.
They really shot the ball better in the second period. After shooting only 44% in the first. They're up to 50% now. 10 for 18 in the period is Washington. Looking for something fun to do for your next group or company outing? Come to a Magic game. Group tickets are available for groups 20 and larger. Great benefits including reduced ticket prices, 2 complimentary tickets for the group leader, your name on the scoreboard, and more. For more information, call 407-89-MAGIC today. Now, the Magic only shooting 30% in the second quarter after shooting 61% in the first. Wizards general manager Wes Unseld in attendance tonight. I haven't seen Michael in attendance. Don't think he's here. Wes Unseld, another former NBA great. He was on that World Championship team I mentioned earlier in 1978. Right. Washington's franchise has just one Atlantic Division title. I was looking at that. Surprised me a little bit. All the years they've been in the league, they started in 60, 60, 61, 62. Chicago before moving to Washington. Trivia. And Garrity checked in during the timeout, and his shot no good.
Well executed play there. But they got a good shot from Pat Garrity.
Got the shot they wanted. It was Tracy McGrady's half. The numbers impressive. 18 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of blocked shots, 2 assists. Grant Hill looking good as well in the first half of the game. Washington battling tough though, and the Magic lead is 5. Paul Kennedy with a halftime show when we come back.
The NBA on Sunshine is brought to you by Lowe's, improving home improvement. By your local Southern Ford dealers. And by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Last season, Gator basketball gave you the best record in school history, the SEC regular season championship, and a trip to the national championship. Now, in 2000, Gator basketball brings you terror between the rims. The competition can't run or hide from Billy Donovan's Gators. Get your seat in the Gators House of Horrors by ordering your season tickets today. Call the Gator ticket office at 375-GO-UF. Gator basketball, unleashing terror between the rims.
Get prehistoric prices during Monster Saving Days at Rex. This Magnavox 5-disc carousel CD changer with auto search and remote control is just $88. Rex has a prehistoric price on this Techniques audio-video stereo receiver with 100 watts per channel and AM/FM stereo, only $118. And this GE 17.6 cubic foot refrigerator freezer with 2 full-width wire shelves, stack pan, and tall bottle storage is just $399. Terrific value, terrific price at the king of electronics, Rex.
If you're Broncos bucking, head to Discount Auto Parts. With our huge inventory of car and truck parts, we'll have you back in the saddle in no time. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts. At Discount Auto Parts, we have parts for just about every kind of car and truck on the road, including a full range of Ranger parts. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
Get out of here.
What? You want to dance, old man?
Want strong bones? Calcium may help prevent osteoporosis.
Steak and Shake Genuine Chili is served in a variety of ways. This one has chili, spaghetti, extra chili beef, special sauce, chopped onions, cheddar, and Monterey Jack cheese, which is why we call it a 5-way.
favorite Florida teams. A full hour of scores, highlights, and more.
Why not?
Tonight, right after the game. Florida Sports News.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Tracy McGrady treating the Orlando fans on this Halloween evening to a great performance as the Orlando Magic look to win their opening game of the NBA season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Florida Sports News Desk. I'm George Ramirez. No tricks or treats here, just a lot of NBA highlights as the opening of the 2000 season gets underway. Our first pit stop is Atlanta, where former Gators coach Lon Kruger in the house in his NBA debut. First quarter, the Hawks start off hot at home. Baron Davis with the miss, but there's Alan Henderson with a putback. He has a team-high 14. Atlanta up early, but back come the Hornets. Right there, Jamal Mashburn, the former Heat, and that's too easy. Monster Mash with a three, then Mash one more time, drives and hits. It was all Mashburn as he comes up with the fall-away. He had 12 of Charlotte's first 16 points. There's another three. They would take a 19-6 lead as they go on a 14-0 run. Atlanta has come back to close the gap, but it is 48-45 Charlotte at the moment. Let's head out to New York for the world's biggest stage, and there's Mr. Allen Iverson and the Sixers at MSG. First, Allen drives and dishes right there to Eric Snow, who hits the nice finger roll right there. He had 7. On the other end, Mr. Allen Houston, who can certainly jack him, and he jacks this three-pointer right there. He has a game-high 11 right now. Tied early. Iverson would answer with a long-range jumper. 26-23 New York. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores from around the NBA on this busy evening. As I mentioned, 13 games on the slate. There's Charlotte, Atlanta, Cleveland, and New Jersey all knotted up at 44. Milwaukee down in Dallas at the moment. We'll take you through the rest of the scores as I tell you that we'll be back to the TD Waterhouse Center in just a few minutes for second half action as the Orlando Magic try to get win number 1 on this 2000 NBA campaign. Stay tuned, everyone.
It's so silent, you'd swear you're in the middle of nowhere. There's a sign on the tightly sealed doors addressed to noise that reads, "Quiet, do not disturb." It's insulated and isolated by engineers with the hearing of overzealous librarians. Why it's so quiet, you can hear yourself think. Dodge Intrepid, quietly different.
Get a $2,000 cash allowance or low financing on 2000 Dodge Intrepid.
To many, the words love, hope, and dreams are synonymous with horses. Breeders' Cup, Racing's Championship.
Big on taste, but low on cash. Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price. Like the delicious flame-broiled Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe Burger or cheesy mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
It's Bowden Bowl 2. The Tigers and the Noles. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot at stake. Clemson clashes with Florida State. Sunday night at 7 on Sunshine.
The family has always put in the forefront to protect the quality and the standards set by Adolphus Bush.
The deep sense of pride that my grandfather taught me, that my father continues to teach me.
I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
To the Orlando Magic. And first in Florida sports. Sunshine Network.
Need some more fierce. Hooking. He was rolling my stick. Join the charge.
Lightning, Rangers. Coverage begins Wednesday at 6:30 with Sunshine Network Live. The Bob Dance Automotive family is proud to sponsor the UCF Golden Knights. Don't miss the gridiron action as UCF sets its sights on a successful season. UCF faces Louisiana Tech Saturday at 7 on Sunshine.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Look at this, 54-49. The Magic in a big way, and newcomer Tracy McGrady with 18. To the delight of his general manager, John Gabriel, who joins us now. And your anticipation, John, probably as high as everybody else's here for this new ball club that you put together.
Oh, yeah, it really is. You know, and if you watch that first half, you really don't care what the score was or the score is at halftime. It was just a fun half to watch, and our team's exciting to watch.
They've sustained the energy. You bring in a young kid like Mike Miller, Gabe, and he plays hard.
You know, the energy, I think, is going to be there not only by a Mike Miller, who's a rookie, but Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill have bought into Doc Rivers' scheme of things here, and that means a lot to us. We wanted to be still the team that works harder than anyone else in the league.
You're picked to finish in some circles atop the eastern half of the NBA. The style in the East, though, Gabe, is changing, isn't it? Getting away from a half-court game to more slash and transition.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you watch a Western Conference game and then watch an Eastern Conference, I don't think they're going to look anything alike. I think there'll be more injuries in the East. The game is going to be much more up and down, and maybe even higher scoring.
What wins the Atlantic Division, Gabe? If you had to pick a number, does 50 win it? Does 55 win it this year?
Boy, that's a good question. I know the elements that make up those wins are going to be something like great shooting, some good luck, and plenty of health to make it through this season.
Yeah, health right out of the box for Grant Hill, and for the rest of this club, you play 4 games in the first 5 nights, 7 in the first 10.
Yeah, what a schedule to start for Grant. It's going to be tough on him. The good news, Paul, is that the bad days are farther and few between, and the good days, he feels much better.
And what a difference a year makes for you, for Orlando, and for this franchise.
Yeah, it's exciting time. Our fans here in Central Florida enjoy this team, enjoy playing, watching basketball, and our guys really love with playing one another. They're a great group.
It's good being with you, Gabe. Happy New Year, I guess.
Thanks so much.
John Gabriel, the NBA's Executive of the Year. His team up 5 over the Washington Wizards, 54-49, here tonight on Halloween.
If your Bronco's bucking, head to Discount Auto Parts. With our huge inventory of car and truck parts, we'll have you back in the saddle in no time. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
When I need parts for my family car, I go to Discount Auto Parts. They've got all the car and truck parts I need in lots of convenient locations. If you want to save time and money, make a pit stop at Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
You ever seen a guy this relaxed around here? I didn't think so. How'd I do it? Sprint Yellow Pages. I use mine at home to find all this dad stuff. And a pager, so my wife can page me.
Okay, Dad, where's the wife?
Find almost everything you need in the Sprint Yellow Pages. The best red Yellow Pages.
You bring your wife?
Get prehistoric prices during Monster Saving Days at Rex. This Hitachi DVD player with virtual surround sound and on-screen display is just $199. Rex has a prehistoric price on this Panasonic Palmcorder camcorder with color viewfinder only $329. And buy this Hitachi 50-inch stereo projection TV with dual tuner picture-in-picture surround sound and trilingual display for $14.99 and get a hi-fi VCR free. Terrific value, terrific price at the king of electronics, Rex.
Checkers, the Orlando Magic, and Sunshine Network are getting together to quench your basketball thirst and feed your TV hunger. Stop by your neighborhood Checkers and receive your free Sunshine Network and Orlando Magic souvenir cup when you buy any large drink or large combo meal. Each cup showcases the Orlando Magic schedule as well as games you can catch on Sunshine Network. Hurry to Checkers locations in Orlando, Daytona Beach, and Melbourne because these cups are only available for a limited time. Checkers, high performance human fuel. Gifted West. Can he lead the Sonics with the Magic's new tricks? Coverage begins Monday at 7 with Sunshine Network Live.
Sunshine Network Live. It's the pregame to the night in Florida sports.
We'll take you to the sideline, inside the locker room.
It's the first place you'll see it or hear it. Sunshine Network Live.
Weeknights at 6:30. There are many clubs to join around the world. On the other hand, there's only one club that can take you around the world. Introducing Marriott Vacation Club's first-class trip around the world sweepstakes. Tell us your idea of a first-class vacation. Just log on to winmarriott.com. Answer 5 easy questions, and you could win a first-class trip around the world for 2. So visit winmarriott.com today. Remember, 2 R's, 2 T's, because there are a lot of clubs out there, but only one that can take you around the world first class.
Sunshine Network, home of the 1999 National Champions Florida State Seminoles.
Tonight's halftime report has been brought to you by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Halftime in Orlando, 54-49. Our halftime score. David Steele, Jack Gibbons back with you. An exciting first half. Washington played very hard. They kept it interesting. The Magic could easily have pulled away, Jack, as well as they played.
Well, they played well enough to stay close. The Magic played pretty well. They did a lot of things right, but gave up too high a percentage, so they have to improve a little bit defensively, but still I've seen a lot of things I like in that first half. Absolutely. Primarily, number 1, Tracy McGrady really put on a show in the first half of the game. Let's take a look at first half stats with the Magic on top by 5. It really fell off in shooting the ball in the second period. After shooting over 60% in the first, the Magic in the second quarter shot just 29%. Yeah, well, what happens is when you start missing, the other team gets better opportunities on the other end. The Wizards got hot in that second period because the Magic struggled, and they end up shooting 50%. The Magic, though, with 9 more field goal attempts, they forced 16 turnovers, David. So they will have to continue to play the defense the way they are, but the 50% is going to have to come down.
Well, if there's a negative in the first half, it's that when the Magic went to their second unit, things began to wobble a little bit. Right. But as soon as Doc Rivers put the starters, or at least McGrady and Hill, back onto the floor, Darrell Armstrong, the Magic seemed to right the ship. You see the scoring leaders, McGrady leading everybody with 18. Grant Hill had 7 first half points.
One other thing, David, you talk about something that's not so good. The Magic were 9 of 14 from the free throw line. And I think that's going to need to improve some for the Magic as well.
And that's a problem that has bled over from the preseason. Washington will get the ball to start the second half. Balance scoring for the Wizards in the first half of the game. Richmond had 9 to lead the way.
Now, see if they could make Richmond down on the low post with Darrell Armstrong in a one-on-one. No, they run him the other way.
17 turnovers for the Wizards.
Surprised they didn't call something for Mitch Richmond. Darrell Armstrong got caught guarding him.
Quick double team, leaving Amici over. Amici scored early in the first quarter, then got into foul trouble. He has 6.
Another one of those perimeter shots that will be opened up because of the double team.
And that's one of the things that McGrady has been so impressed about with this Magic team. Okay, sliding along the baseline makes a nice play.
Yeah, he is very good off the dribble, as you saw right there. It's a good athlete.
Lead back to 5. Early third quarter. Lopez knocked it away, and the Magic turn it over for the 7th time. Juwan Howard leaves it short.
Very short. Darrell Armstrong did a good job running that.
Hit 2 threes early. Outlaw, good cut to the basket, but he missed the shot. It's the Orlando's ball. It is.
Here's what happens with the double teams, David, as we get a look here. Watch, the ball's going to go inside to Tracy McGrady. You'll see it come here. The double team's going to come, and then watch the pass out to John Amici. Those kind of shots will be open.
Illustrated brought to you by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Cole Outlaw, famous for his inside scoring.
Yep.
That's his second field goal tonight. Magic lead is 7. Outlaw getting after it. Lance Strickland.
Bo has been very good with the double teams. I don't know about this music. You're looking at me like
never heard that during the game.
Heidi White is so strong.
It's going on. That's his first field goal. Amici on the drive. Don Amici.
He gives Heidi White a little bit of his own medicine there. Just muscling his way to the hole.
Magic apply pressure and catch up to Richmond. The jumper is short. Grant Hill gathers it in.
Good job defensively by Bo Outlaw.
Hill has 4 rebounds and 9 assists already tonight, Jack, to go with 7 points.
He's a triple-double waiting to happen every night. We know that.
Might get one tonight.
We've seen that throughout his career. John Amici working on the low post. Watch right here. He just gets Heidi White off balance a little bit, takes the ball right onto the hole.
He's in better shape than ever before in his life. He worked very hard. There he is again. This one is close. White caught an elbow or something in the face. Strickland storming for the basket. His second field goal tonight cuts the lead back to 5. Washington is hanging tough in the third quarter. Grant Hill isolated with Richmond. Shot over Richmond. Rebounded by Outlaw. 24-second clock. Howard winds up on Hill. That leaves Richmond on the beach.
White's illegal. Somebody's illegal. It just took a little long. Heidi White was illegal. Juwan Howard was illegal.
Legal defense warning. Next time you shoot.
Ours or theirs?
Might have been an offensive foul on Meach had the whistle not sounded. Mitch Richmond took a little time getting up off the floor. I mean, he just saw, man, I took all this punishment for nothing.
McGrady ready to inbound. Doc Rivers Magic lead by 5 early in the third. McGrady double team. Amici open. Inside to Outlaw. No room there. Shot clock is at 2. Both have to line one up. Washington gets the rebound.
Now that's what happens sometimes with ball. Gets the rebound, gets the ball right down on the low post, and instead of going up for the shot, he pulls it out and it runs the shot clock down.
4-on-3. Amici filling the lane. Beautiful.
That's 10 assists now for Grant Hill.
Yep. Sure is.
Oh man, that is called doing what you can do to help your team win until you're back on top of your game. Not quite there yet, but it's 10th assist already.
And his career high is 14 assists in a game. 10 already.
I refuse to lose, to be average, to fail. I refuse to die, to be afraid. I refuse to be taken. I refuse.
Welcome back to 22nd timeout. John Amici's field goal puts the Magic up by 7. Amici now has 10 points. Grant Hill has 10 assists.
See if the Magic can get on top of their defense again here and force some turnovers. How about Jones came in during that timeout? He has that little baby hook right there. He has done that an awful lot in his career.
Going to lead It's his 8th season at Murray State. Did not play in the first half. Quick double team, Amici. Cross court to Armstrong. Here's the open jump shot for Darrell.
Tell you what, Darrell shoots probably after practice every day, shoots at least 200 jump shots from about that same range.
Lopez got a running start. 8 points for Felipe Lopez. Once a schoolboy sensation in the New York area, played at St. John's. That'll be a foul on Felipe Lopez, his 3rd.
The Magic's trying to make him work on defense. He flew to the basket that time on offense, though.
Finds Amici, Armstrong, and a beautiful play once again by Lopez. Pretty good defensively. 10 points for Lopez. Washington shipped back Boston to the West Coast. Picked themselves up pretty good player. Lead is down to 3. Amici got Popeye Jones off his feet. 8 points in the quarter for John Amici.
Good time for John Amici to come to life.
Strickland. Running screens down low for Richmond. He gets the open shot. Good tough rebound by John Amici.
Yeah. Well, he can give the Magic some of that.
Armstrong. Jones almost took it right up off the rim.
Darrell thought he got hit that time. Didn't get the whistle.
Juwan Howard attacking the basket. Strickland standing and waiting in the lane, and a foul on Outlaw. The Magic will argue first that Strickland was in the paint for 3 seconds. And then he didn't really make a real strong move to the basket. John Amici made one there on Popeye Jones.
Now you can receive a short text message over the internet. Then send back an answer. Or simply type in one of your own. Introducing two-way internet messaging, only from Nextel.
The world is how you see it. Could be anything. So make the most of every mile. You're one of a kind. Ford's got you right.
The comfort of an SUV, the toughness of a Ford truck. Hard to believe that the truly revolutionary Sport Track can be yours starting at just $22,240. Now that's value. See your Southern Ford dealer now.
One of a kind. Ford's got you right.
The heart and hustle of Magic basketball is back, and it's better than ever. Come experience the excitement of a Magic home game at the TD Waterhouse Center. The next home game is on the 3rd of November against Philadelphia. That's Friday night at 7:30. Tickets are available for that ball game and other home games at TD Waterhouse at the box office at all Ticketmaster locations or by calling 800-4NBA-TIX or Ticketmaster.com online. John Amici in the quarter, 8 points, Goose.
Yeah, he's doing John Amici type stuff right here on the offensive end of the floor. He got it going. The Magic have cleared him out. Cleared it out and allowed him to work one-on-one. But the Magic having a difficult time getting points from other people right now, so it's a good time for John to come to life.
The Dodge shot chart. In the 3rd quarter, John is 4 out of 5. You see where they're coming from. He hit one jumper out of a double team on Tracy McGrady. Everything else has been isolation, where he's just taken his man and beaten him one-on-one. There you see the numbers on what Doc Rivers says is one of the top 5 centers in the Eastern Conference. It's hard to argue. Rod Strickland now has 6 points in the game. Washington has cut the Orlando lead to 4. The Magic led by as many as 15 in the first half. Finds Jones a real good offensive rebounder. He doesn't get this one, but Howard does, and it's a 2-point lead.
He freed it up for Juwan Howard. Like you say, he didn't get it. But Howard was able to chase it down.
Brady trying to go baseline, but Lopez doing a wonderful job defensively. Shot clock is at 5. Armstrong looking for an opening. Michi had to chuck one from way out front. Washington again had a good defensive series. Strickland behind his back. Out top to Howard. And there's another foul. Nope, this one offensive foul.
Well, I'm just wondering when the Magic are going to get one of these push-offs, one of these clear-offs by the guards. I know we saw a lot of that in the preseason. I was talking to Doc about that, and he said the officials in their meetings this summer said that was one of the things they were going to call the clearing out by that point guard, since the defense cannot touch the guards.
Lopez keeps McGrady in front of him. That's very good defense.
Yeah, very tough shot there.
I've been impressed with Felipe Lopez.
Yeah. Well, they said he's been the best they've had at the small forward position. I mean, they have him listed at 6'5". He doesn't look quite that big, but I guess he is.
Howard double team. Good cut to the basket by Popeye Jones. We are tied at 66. Wizards have come battling back after trailing by 15 in the first half. Randall spins into a triple team. Out to McGrady. Three-point shot for McGrady is long. Almar slaps it down. Picked up by Strickland. It's out of bounds. Going to stay with Washington.
Popeye Jones just runs to the bucket. A double team left him, and that opened up the path to the basket.
Late third quarter. Howard, quick move. Slaps it away.
Well, nice defensive play by Bo. He's about to come out of the game because the Magic need some offense at that power forward spot right now. So Pat Garrity's in. And Bo gets up and knocks that one away. Yeah, that's on the way up. No question about that one.
Washington on a 10-2 run.
Well, they're going to try to go at Garrity, I would think.
Okay, I thought he traveled before the shot was blocked by McGrady. Garrity off the bench. Short. A little short.
They'll probably try to go to Juwan Howard against Pat Garrity. I mean, they would a lot of times anyway.
Clear it out. Howard off the handle. Hill with the ball. 4 on 3. Hill lowers his head, drives in, and we got an offensive foul call against Grant Hill.
Well, not much argument from the Magic bench there, and great job defensively by Mitch Richmond.
That's Grant Hill's third personal. The Magic have scored 12 points in the third quarter. They got 31 in the first, 23 in the second, and are headed in the wrong direction. Only 12 in the third. Gerard King has checked in, along with Michael Smith. And Chris Whitney now the point guard. Jones gives to King on McGrady.
Oh, that's Mitch Richmond time right here with this unit on the floor. Chris Whitney can shoot it also. Misses that one, but they'll try to find some shots for Mitch Richmond, I would guess.
Double-double for McGrady in his first outing with the Magic. 10 rebounds now. Garrity takes it close, and another offensive foul as Popeye Jones takes the charge.
Washington timeout.
So the Magic are sputtering here in the third after an explosive start tonight on Halloween, but we're tied at 66.
Why do we fly to the red pepper rather than the chunk of onion? Because the red pepper is closer to the glob of sauerkraut. Fly Southwest Airlines to close-in Chicago Midway, and you can enjoy all that Chicago has to offer faster.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hello? Yo, who's that? Yo, it's Dave.
True.
Hello? Yo, it's T.
True.
Florida teams, Florida fans, Florida sports news. Next, Barry Milligan and Tom Locke cut through the national clutter, focusing first and foremost on all your favorite Florida teams. A full hour of scores, highlights, and more. Why not? Next, Florida sports news.
Feel the adrenaline crush of the toughest sport in town, Orlando Solar Bears hockey. Next game is on the 28th. I think that's already passed, hasn't it? Thursday with the $1.50 beer on the concourse and live bands. Call 407-872-PUCK to get your tickets today. That wouldn't be the October 28th of 2001, would it?
Well, I think they will have at least one game before then.
Yeah. Hey, they came off a road trip, speaking of the Solar Bears. Longest road trip of the season. And managed a 3-3-1 record. 14-day road trip, so job well done by the Solar Bears.
Well, it's tough being gone that time, that length of time. Unbelievable.
Come out of that
500, you have to feel good.
Again, looking to take the lead. They force it inside to Gerard King. He backs away. Richmond coming to the rescue with 5 on the shot clock. Inside goes Richmond. And the rebound hustled down by Hill.
Well, the good thing is the Magic defense has been just great right here.
Garrity, nice little move, but he missed another one. Magic are shooting 32% since the first quarter, when they shot 62% in the period.
Getting great looks at the basket. That Garrity can't ask for any better than that. I'm just surprised Mitch Richmond hasn't had a shot here in this stretch.
Easy, patiently waiting for McGrady to fall down after his leap. Still misses the shot.
Get to the line, John Reach. Yeah, please.
Little body blocked by Bina Akizi. That's his first personal foul. He was part of the deal with Ike for Ike Austin also. Akizi was.
Right.
His first in the last 2 minutes. John Amici shooting 2.
John Amici on the line for the first time since the first quarter when he clanged a couple of them up there. It was 0 for 2.
Mike Miller at the table. We'll see what lineup the Magic go with here. He goes with Leandro Grant Hill.
Magic number 15, Mike Miller.
Grant Hill departing with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists.
It might take the young guy Mike Miller to get it going, to get the team going. He sure looked good shooting the ball in the first half. Didn't make all of them, but spotted up and made that 3-point shot.
Well, he came with such great energy. Also, he had 3 steals.
2 for 4.
Armstrong.
Now, just the second team foul here for the Magic, but first in the last 2 minutes.
First in the last 2 minutes.
So that will put the Magic over the limit in the next foul.
Whitney operating on Armstrong. Look inside for Akizi. Instead, Whitney goes the other direction. Michael Smith and Hamilton over Garrett.
Nice defense. A push out there, and the Magic still can't get the call. Not close to a technical. He's been fairly quiet.
Whitney from the foul line. Long rebound, chased down by McGrady. Magic always looking to run.
The Wizards have done a real good job getting back.
McGrady.
Ikezi may be in the paint. Well, you just barely missed it. And Doc was screaming for an illegal defense. I thought it was going to come. It did not. But that's one of those times you say, well, okay, we'll take it. Chance for three here for McGrady.
Brady's first points in the third quarter. He now has 21 in the game. The Magic ease out to by 5. McGrady steals it to Armstrong. Armstrong, a tough reverse layup. He got decked, no call, and the Magic gets the ball. Daryl Armstrong looked to me like somebody almost sat on his back as he went down.
I don't know for sure how he got down on the floor without getting hit. Did he slide? Maybe just slipped.
Yeah, maybe not. Much contact, if any, by Whitney. 20 turnovers for Washington, but remember they had 17-16 rather in the first end of the first half. Armstrong's jumper rattles in and out. 17 seconds left in the quarter as Washington comes to the front court.
I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be great for Magic to get out of this period with a lead. The way they played, their defense has kept them in this game.
King. Big jumper by King with 3.2 seconds left in the quarter. McGrady lines it up and lets it fly. That's the end of the period. Washington tied the score at 66, and they had several opportunities to go into the lead, but could not. The Magic pushed the lead back out to 5. It's a 3-point lead after 3.
The NBA on Sunshine is brought to you in part by Checkers, high-performance human fuel, and by your local Southern Ford dealers.
Oh, for a horse with wings. Breeders' Cup, Racing's Championship.
Florida Sports Profiles presents Butch Davis. As coach of the Miami Hurricanes, Davis has worked to raise the team to a new level of success, molding his players and rebuilding the program. Don't miss Florida Sports Profiles, Friday at 8.
What's so great about Gator and the Chrysler minivan? Separate temperature control. Double doors. That's Gator. The air vents are everywhere. The color choices. That's Gator. Seats that become tables. Separate headphone jacks. That's Gator. Kids too loud? Get a video system. Mr. Blake, where have you been?
I've been out driving my new van with my friends.
That's Gator. Gator Chrysler on NASA Boulevard, Melbourne.
At Ron Norris, our message is plain and simple. We offer the lowest prices, highest trade-in allowances, and the best service around, all in a friendly, cordial atmosphere. So if you're looking for a new Buick, Pontiac, GMC truck, or Honda, come see us at Ron Norris in Titusville, where you can count on us.
Loyalty is shifted west. Can he lead the Sonics with the Magic's new tricks? Coverage begins Monday at 7 with Sunshine Network Live.
Very, very important season for this organization. And being that I've taken on the challenge of being involved, my name is at stake. My credibility is at stake. So quite honestly, I have to really let the pressure trickle downhill a little bit. You know, if you don't live up to the expectations that you and I have agreed upon, then I think it's time for you to move on.
Well, for the most part, I think this Washington team has responded to the challenge Michael Jordan put forth before the start of the season. His Wizards hanging tough with a very talented Magic team, 71-68. But no one questioned the talent of the Washington Wizards team in recent years. It's the heart that you wondered about.
Yeah, they have had talent, no question about that. They just have not applied it on the floor, and Michael has laid it down to them pretty cleanly and pretty plainly. That if you guys don't play for me, there'll be a place over there on the bench, and if not, we'll find somewhere else you might be able to play. Some guys on this team have some pretty big numbers by their name, big dollar signs. So
Monty Williams in the game for Whitney. Getting after him. Miller's pass almost stolen away. We have an illegal defense against Washington. I think Akese wandering too far away from Michael Doliak on the weak side. And that'll be a technical foul.
Mike Doliak's going to step up and shoot the technical because he shot the highest percentage of anyone on the floor last season. And that looked long. Yeah, it is.
Well, he's been spinning over there the entire second half.
I'm kind of surprised someone who had been out on the floor a little while didn't step up there and take the shot. But that's one of the pluses of shooting a high percentage on the season. You get to take the technical free throw shots.
Goes to the Magic. Have to make Washington pay for having Whitney on. No question. Monty Williams. Shooting has just gone stone cold since the first quarter. That has helped Washington get back in the game. Orlando's poor shooting.
Now, one thing good about Pat Garrity is you know he's going to make the shot. They keep leaving him open. He's going to knock one down.
Smith just cut the lead to 1. They look for Monty Williams. There he is. He draws the double team. Feed inside to Doliak. Footwork and the foul.
Might have been Akese that got him over the back. A couple players there.
Number 54.
Nice drive to the basket by Hamilton. Laid it off. Knocked it down.
This time Doliak has been up and down the court a time or two, so he's able to make a free throw to increase the Orlando lead to 2 early in the fourth quarter from the TD Waterhouse Center. David Steele, Jack Givens, Paul Kennedy. The first of many Magic telecasts this year. In fact, Magic will be well televised, whether it be network television, Sunshine Network, Magic Television Network. Feet missed the shot. Washington really battling, but a good job by Garrity to run down the loose ball. Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, finally a jumper goes down. Maybe that gets the Magic going.
Lead is back to 5, 24 points for McGrady. And he has not come off the floor yet in the second half. He's up defending Whitney. Smith sets a screen to free Whitney. Key back to Whitney.
There's not a lot of perimeter shooting on the floor right now for the Wizards. So you have to stay at home on Whitney and then see what else the other guys can do. Now, Juwan Howard comes back in the game, but still, his game is going to be more effective around the basket on the low post in the painted area.
Bad news for Washington. Popeye Jones fractured his index finger on the left hand, will not return. McGrady, boy, he had his arm shoving McGrady all the way to the basket. The whistle late, but he got it.
Yeah, I'm glad it did not come until he got in the act of shooting, because you're right, he probably could have called that from the time he caught the ball.
McGrady, let's correct that scoring total. It's 23, not 24. And he pours in another.
I'm not sure when that fracture occurred. I didn't see him.
Popeye?
Yeah, Popeye Jones in any kind of pain before he left the game before. But he will not return in this game, as you can imagine.
Well, we wondered earlier, Jack, about Doc Rivers' player rotation for minutes. McGrady's been out there a long time tonight.
Yeah, but McGrady's playing so well. You have to pretty much leave him out there right now.
Defending the point guard for the Wizards, doing a great job. Smith to Hamilton. Again, the shot clock is down to 4. Miller reached in, and a fortunate break for Washington. Mike Miller did not think much of that call.
Well, neither did Doc Rivers over there on the Magic bench.
Mike Miller.
Well, that's a tough time for the whistle to come. The shot clock is down. Let's see if Mike Miller got him across the arm. Some contact there. Once again, Whitney on the perimeter and Hamilton on the perimeter. The two guys that hit Howard. That hits Howard.
Great play by Miller.
Yeah. Nice job, Mike Miller. Leonard Hamilton loading up more with his offensive team now, with Mitch Richmond coming back in the game. Rod Strickland still sitting over there.
Richmond joins Whitney, Hamilton, Juwan Howard, and Michael Smith.
I think putting it on the floor right now against Richmond might get you something, because he just checked back in the game.
Double team comes late. Goliak passed up an open shot there, and he does not. He has struggled since hitting a couple early. Miller pulls it back out.
Doc Rivers put him in there because of Outlaw. He needed some offense. What about that? Between the legs, pull up, right in your face shot.
Better ask somebody about his game.
You don't know. Mitch says, I can do that too, young fella, but here we go.
Michael Smith to Hamilton. Spins into a double team. Now it's out to Whitney. Richmond attacking an offensive foul, and Richmond rolling out of control.
Now, I'll tell you what, what's happening right now, Tracy McGrady was showing Mitch Richmond up a little bit here on this play, and Mitch says, I got to come back at you, young guy. I'm not going to let you have it. The Magic build a lead to 9.
This is an ordinary cell phone. This is Nextel, and it's going to change the way you do business thanks to Direct Connect, its digital two-way radio feature. Frank, you see it? Not yet. It ensures instant contact. Bridget.
Got it.
Cost a fraction of cellular. It just passed. And it makes other cell phones...
Ready now.
Obsolete.
Direct Connect from Nextel. How business gets done.
Introducing Checkers' new Screaming Chicken Strips, packed with tangy coleslaw, famous fries, and tender slabs of all-white meat chicken.
Hi, I'm the president of Checkers, and if you ask me, these new Screaming Chicken Strips are better than Popeyes and KFC. Oops, did I say that?
Radio chicken, but what's up with that commercial?
New Screaming Chicken Strips. Checkers, high-performance human fuel.
I've always believed that there's strength in numbers. That's what teamwork's all about. Like here in downtown Oakland, Antoine Jameson and kids from the neighborhood came together to make a difference.
Thank you.
Now, these guys may not have created a masterpiece.
You gotta stay with the lines.
I am.
But when people come together, the result can be beautiful. Team up to improve your community.
The boys. So you don't want to say anything against that. 8:46 to play in the basketball game, and the Magic have a 9-point lead. Tracy McGrady putting on a performance tonight on opening night, Jack.
Well, they have gone to him here to try to get some offense generated. Watch this move. Between the legs, gets one of the better two-guard defensive players in the league off balance in Mitch Richmond, and just knocks it down.
And he has 27 points in the game. Here he is again on the wing. Lopez is back out there to try and defend him. He's been the most effective of all of Washington's players. From McGrady.
Now, so the double team's coming, and Tracy McGrady laid that one off very, very nicely.
Now the lead up to 11.
Once again, Mitch Richmond's going to have to try to find a shot here somewhere. So you got to stay with him. There he is.
Lopez around Miller. Monty Williams fighting for it. Smith brings it down for Washington. 8 minutes to play. Lopez all alone for 3.
That's a lot of time there. Usually that's a tough one to make.
He has 13. He only shot 17% from the three-point line last year.
Tell you what, he's looked good.
Played very well.
Got to give him a bunch of credit.
He has the job of trying to slow down the Grady. Williams, foul on Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney got him on the arm. You know, Monty Williams just has a knack for being at the right place at the right time, doesn't he?
He works hard to carve himself out a spot in Whitney's third foul. He comes to the the sideline, and Ron Strickland will check back in. Monty Williams goes to the free throw line with 7:36 to play. This game was tied at 66-66. Magic trying to pull away.
Now this free throw, if it goes down, builds a 10 and gives them a little bit of breathing room here with 7.5 minutes.
Monty made 21 of 23 from the line in the preseason.
He's the one guy that shot him well, didn't he? Mike Miller shot well from the free throw line also. Is that Pat Garrity on the low post?
That's his fourth.
Well, it's going to be important for Tracy McGrady to give the ball up when the double team comes. He's going to work his way down to here. The double team's going to come, and he'll find Doliak on that side of the court. It's going to go all the way to the other side. Watch here as the double team comes. And the jump shot is there. We talked about it being a lot of those kind of shots that will be coming.
Illustrator brought to you by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Meanwhile, we had a technical foul called against Doc Rivers. Had just about all he can take.
Well, Doc's going to get it by his name, but they announced it over the PA that it was, in fact, his assistant coach Johnny Davis that got the technical foul.
Strickland to Richmond off the baseline screen for now. 24-second violation on Washington.
Well, that's the first one of those tonight the Magic have gotten. And they got a bunch of those last season, so I know Doc has to be pretty happy about that. Grant Hill will come back in the game, but Doc's going to let the Magic bring the ball in, give Monty Williams one more possession, and then he'll free up Grant Hill to come in.
Said, let's clear things out. Now Williams comes to the block.
Finally, they get the illegal defense, and Smith was in the paint. Now, see, that's just great recognition by the Magic there. Monty Williams guarded by Rod Strickland, and the Magic have been doing a good job of putting those smaller guards in tough situations down low.
On this technical, Mike Miller will go to the free throw line to shoot the penalty. So the Magic will still get the ball leading by 9. Grant Hill in the game for Monty Williams. Less than 7 minutes to play. Defenders there. He finds Doliak, but Ron Strickland picked Doliak's pocket cleanly. Ron Strickland. And we have a foul on the Magic. Doc Rivers already with one technical to the bench anyway. And the foul is on Doliak.
His first 13 foul.
Tracy McGrady does a good job of dropping it down to Doliak, but he has a difficult time, and then Doliak gets back here and
foul on Doliak.
Called for the foul there.
Strickland now has made 3 of 5 on the line. And the Wizards are back to within 8.
Yeah, they're showing no signs of throwing away. And that is a good sign for the Wizards.
Often last year they would pack it in. A late game situation, but continuing to battle. They've cut it to 7. With 6:41 to play in the basketball game. The Magic 83, the Washington Wizards 76.
First of all, I'm not denying that I used center. It was a very experimental time. Someone passed it to me, I put it to my ear, but I did not talk, I only listened. Even then, all I heard was static. But I have been free and clear ever since. I even chose long distance so I could reach out to young people across the nation and warn them of even casual cellular use.
The new Sprint PCS free and clear plan. $29.99 for 500 minutes, all with nationwide long distance.
Number 1 in America, 3 years running. Backed by one of the industry's best warranties. The 2001 Toyota Camry. Now with up to $1,120 in extra value package savings. Drive the new 2001 Camry today at your nearest Toyota dealer. Toyota quality and reliability with savings up to $1,120.
Hi, everyone. I'm Barry Milligan at the Nextel Florida Sports News Desk. Coming up after the game, we'll give you the latest on the condition of Virginia Tech quarterback Michael Vick heading into the huge game at the Orange Bowl this Saturday against Miami. Gators taking on Vanderbilt, and we'll give you the latest from Steve Spurrier as UF controls its own destiny in the SEC race. We'll also have Tampa Bay Lightning highlights, Lightning taking on the Carolina Canes, and we'll take you back to the TD Waterhouse Center for the Doc Rivers press conference. But now, more of the game with David Steele and Jack Givens.
Magic fans, stay tuned immediately following the game for Nextel Florida Sports News, offering the first look at all your home team highlights and scores. We'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Nextel as title sponsor of Florida Sports News. Nextel, how business gets done. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. Stick around, you'll hear Doc Rivers' post-game comments.
Doc Rivers getting another technical.
He looked at referee Mark Davis. I don't think he said a word.
I didn't see him say anything. He was just standing there.
He was looking at him and shaking his head. But Doc got a technical foul for what I think is a head shake.
I don't even know that he did that much. I guess he did. Let's see. Maybe we'll see some here.
That right there.
That's just looking and
just what got him the technical. Looked it would kill.
Well, I've seen worse than that.
I have too. I was kidding. Wasn't that bad, was it?
Didn't look like it to me.
Man shouldn't get a second for that. Should it?
Well, not with some of the other things that are said and done over there on that bench.
Meanwhile, McGrady says, I'll just get my career high on opening night. 29 points from McGrady. The most he's ever scored in an NBA game in his Magic debut. Foul against Washington's Juwan Howard. Pat Garrity took the punishment.
I tell you what, for a coach, when he gets the technical foul, you know, if you can force a little bit of a change in what you feel might be some bad whistles, you don't feel all that bad about getting one.
Hill attacking, fouled by Richmond. What about this offense with the big backcourt of McGrady and Hill and Miller?
Well, there it is.
Very effective.
We're going to see that a lot. Once again, every position is going to have to be double teamed. All three of those guys. Grant Hill just taking the ball right onto the hole. And Mitch Richmond picks up the foul. It's the fourth team foul on the Wizards. And another missed free throw for the Magic.
But you talked early, Jack, about questions surrounding Grant Hill's ankle. He is not favored at all tonight. Lopez takes it strong against Oleak.
Now that's a big-time shot right there.
15 points for Lopez.
I mean, Mike got a lot of body on that drive to the hole. A lot of times that's enough to force you to miss.
His second 14th foul. Lopez shooting one. And 13,
Amici back. You know, as soon as I talked about Grant Hill's ankle.
Yeah, you're looking at his face, aren't you? Yeah.
Looked like he's beginning to feel something.
I didn't want to say anything, but I saw his face after he took the ball to the basket that last time, and he is favoring it right now. He might need to come out of the game. Look at him. He's just not moving real well. He's going to try to run through it.
8-point game, 5:37 left. The foul inside is on Lopez. That's his fourth.
There's Grant Hill. And he seems to be moving better now than he was just a little while ago. But you see him there trying to. And Doc River calls him over right now. And says, are you all right? Grant Hill gives him the okay.
And it was on that drive to the basket. Something didn't feel right.
Well, this free throw shooting could be a problem if it continues like this.
is a career high so far already tonight for Tracy McGrady. Gatorade Who's Hot. Mitch Richmond was 4 of 11 from the field. And give McGrady 30 in his Magic debut. 5:30 to play. It is a 9-point lead for Orlando. Lopez working on Miller. Smith got loose inside and a foul on Amici.
John Amici got totally turned around that time and was looking to help on the other side, and Smith came to the low side. Smith, another one of those that struggled from the free throw line. He was 6 of 14 in the preseason.
Played pretty well tonight, though. And he was involved in a trade from Vancouver to Orlando in August of '99. Magic waived him in September. I recall the Magic were looking also at Ben Wallace on the team and felt like they had one guy of that style, and there's not a spot on the team for Michael Smith. Grady leans in with a jumper. He's got 32 points in the game. What a performance in front of this Orlando crowd tonight by the 21-year-old playing in front of family and friends from Auburndale, Florida. He got a piece of that. Oh, man. Strickland very alert to make the play.
About that. The deflection, and he's the only one that saw where it went.
Tracy McGrady. Long rebound to Garrity. Miller. Called for an offensive foul. Doc Rivers has his head in his hands for fear of saying something might get it tossed.
Well, that might be it. That's probably worse than what he did before, isn't it? And that might be enough to get it tossed.
And he literally just stuck his head down and covered it with his hands.
The Magic have 6 players on the floor.
That doesn't work.
Oh, they caught him.
That's 15-yard penalty.
Yep. 15-yard penalty.
Loss of down. Also. Clock's running. No, I thought it's flickering on our screen. I thought it was running, but it's not. 4:36 left.
Darrell Armstrong finally back in the game. He's going to have a lot of energy the rest of the way here. Hopefully he can give the Magic what they need here to get them through this fourth quarter.
Lopez trying to find Smith. Smith tried to drop him on top of Amici's head. 4-on-3. Garrity.
He's going to make it.
Nope. Not this time.
Boy, oh boy.
Strickland. Hill got a hand on it, and Grant Hill is favoring that ankle down.
Well, I think, yeah, they might have to bring him out of there. As badly as he doesn't want to come out of there.
Back for the Magic, number 50, Mike Miller.
Don't forget Florida Sports News coming up next. Presented by Nextel. That's immediately following the game. You can hear Doc Rivers' post-game comments. A full wrap-up with tonight's sporting events in the Sunshine State. He often Strickland missed the jumper. They're waiting in South Florida for the Magic to come in.
They're down watching this game waiting. Yeah, flat been going to Tracy McGrady here.
Armstrong, perhaps surprised the ball came all the way back over to that side of the floor. It hadn't happened too often tonight, had it? Grant Hill with that left ankle wrapped up. And Washington will use a timeout. 3:39 left in the ball game on a Halloween night in Orlando. The Magic lead is 8.
Got an old buddy waiting for a visit in Washington? With everyday low fares on Southwest Airlines, flying to BWI is your best route to the capital.
You are now free to move about the country.
Whether you're a dot-com, a non-com, a hot mom, whether you got stockpile
are many clubs to join around the world. On the other hand, there's only one club that can take you around the world. Introducing Marriott Vacation Club's first-class trip around the world sweepstakes. Tell us your idea of a first-class vacation. Just log on to winmarriott.com. Answer 5 easy questions, and you could win a first-class trip around the world for 2. So visit winmarriott.com today. Remember, 2 R's, 2 T's, because there are a lot of clubs out there, but only one that can take you around the world first class.
The NBA on Sunshine is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you'll have the freedom to go places. And by Subway. Eat fresh.
Let's take a look at the Checkers NBA scoreboard. Philly all over New York in the third quarter. Cleveland leads New Jersey in the fourth, and Matt Harpering, the leading scorer earlier in that ball game for the Cavaliers. Charlotte's now jumped on Atlanta. That was a tight one earlier. Detroit leading rebounder Ben Wallace, leading assist man Chucky Atkins in the third. Sacramento leads Chicago at the half. Dallas leading Milwaukee. Minnesota leads Houston. San Antonio 10-point lead over Indiana. You see the Clippers, Utah, and 3 other games later tonight.
It's a big possession here for the Wizards and a big one for the Magic defensively. Got to keep it going.
Howard guns one in over the top of Garrett. Washington hanging tough.
Yeah, no double team game that time in that one-on-one matchup.
Is it far from out of the woods in this game? Rookie Mike Miller. Brady battling Lopez, takes the jumper. Smith rebounds to Richmond. Less than 3 minutes left. Washington trailed by only 6, and Richmond left it short. Brady slapped it out of bounds. Tracy McGrady, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 block shots. Got that crazy music going again as Richmond tosses another 3 up. And a rebound of Michi. That's his third rebound of the game. Has that been going on? We just have never noticed it before?
Tonight's the first, but they played it once when the Magic had the ball, and they played it once when the Wizards had it, so they've evened it out.
A big miss, 2 big misses by Richmond. Would have cut the lead in half. Garrity for 3.
He's got to make one. I told you. He might get 4 out of him. I told you. You keep giving him the shot. He's going to knock one down.
Garrity had not made a field goal since the first quarter.
Well, watch right here. Daryl Armstrong's going to get in, and Garrity, he's just been camping out around that line. Made one late in the game against the Wizards last year up at Washington to win it for the Magic.
And Pat Garrity is in double figures with 10 points, which is also the Magic lead. 2:15 to go. Good defense by Garrity, fronting Juwan Howard. It's Richmond kicking himself for a very poor entry.
Yeah, not good at all. The angle was bad, and Pat Garrity took advantage of it. Got out on top and stayed.
2 minutes for the quarter.
Now you want McGrady to get something going to the bucket right here. See if he can get to the line.
Double
there
team
you go.
comes. Armstrong, and a blocking foul this time on Washington.
Yeah, this is the time to. You have that 10-point lead. You feel pretty good about yourself right now with under 2 minutes to go. But you don't want to just rely on that jump shot. So Tracy McGrady drove to the hole. The defense adjusted. He throws it out to Daryl, and instead of Daryl putting up the 3, he drives to the hole. He'll get 2.
Armstrong's first free throw of the game. All right, subway 7 of the game is Pat Garrity. Big 4-point play that might have put it over the top of the Magic tonight. Just a moment ago, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and a pretty good defensive job for Pat, too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's look at that 10 and 5, because he's going to shoot it better on some other nights. But let's talk about that defensive play he made the last time down for the Wizards on Juwan Howard.
Strickland inside to Smith. He missed the layup.
The little guy gets up for the rebound. What about that one?
Did he ever?
We just call that snagging the rebound, when you go up with one hand and bring it down like
that.
It's a snag. It was usually reserved for the bigger guys. Grady dribbled that one off.
A rare error for McGrady tonight. And we have timeout taken by Washington with 1 minute and 22 seconds to play in the basketball game. A 12-point lead for the Magic. Don't forget, hang around. Florida Sports News is coming up next. And you're going to take a look at all of the activity around the Sunshine State. A lot of things going on with college football, pro football, the NBA opening tonight here in Orlando. That's coming up after the game with your host, Barry Milligan. Stick around. Old buddy Barry. And the Southern Ford Dealers, the road ahead. The Magic will be in Miami tomorrow night, as we mentioned. It'll be the Heat season opener and thus home opener for Miami tomorrow night, 7:30. Magic 4 games in 5 nights to kick off the season. They'll be back home against Philly on Friday and then back on the road Saturday against the Atlanta Hawks.
You see the marking on that basketball. Good shot of that. The officials mark that ball or have one marked that they want to use for the game ball so they don't change halfway through. They want to have the same ball the entire game, so it has the marking on it.
There is an old friend, familiar face, Dennis Scott.
Still got that smile, doesn't he?
Yes, always. Delightful guy, great, one of the great all-time Magic players. 3D.
Well, he was came to the Wizards as part of the Ike Austin deal. A couple of other guys involved in that trade, and the Wizards decided to go a different direction. So Dennis Scott trying to find a home right now. I kind of look for Dennis to end up with a team that might have a shot at an NBA record. Might have a strong inside game and need to spread the defense a little bit, thinking along the lines of the Los Angeles Lakers type team that lost Glenn Rice, a three-pointer that spread the defense, kept it out wide. Scott could help that ball club.
He can still shoot it.
You might have noticed when the Wizards took the ball out of bounds, the new rule now says they have to straddle that half-court line. And what that gives them the opportunity to go back court if they need to. In the last 2 minutes of the game.
They didn't turn it over at that point, but they did with Howard having it taken away by Outlaw. Both came in during the timeout. Garrity to McGrady. Already a career night. And that's a foul on Juwan Howard.
Well, that's a good foul.
He was frustrated. He thought he got fouled at the other end, and
but the other
frustrations out.
But the other part of that is, you know that Leonard Hamilton and his coaching staff said, if Bo Outlaw touches the ball right now, just foul him no matter where he is, and put him on the line.
Outlaw.
That's the reason why.
Yep. Losing the first free throw. 2001 season. Our Sprint PCS player of the game. Not much question about this one. 32 points, a career high for 21-year-old Tracy McGrady.
Got to play in the Sprint PCS yesterday.
You and I both down at the Rio Pinar had a great time.
Oh, what a beautiful course.
It really is.
In great shape.
Great older course here in Central Florida.
The greens were so good, even I made a putt or two.
You know, I'm not going in too, which is truly remarkable. 13-point lead for the Magic, winding this one down on opening night in Orlando. Hamilton.
Nice job taking it to the hole.
He played pretty well when given the opportunity. Knight has not played a lot of minutes for the Wizards. Give Washington credit, they have certainly kept things interesting.
Well, and the other thing they've done is they've held the Magic under 100 points here tonight. The Magic, the leading scorer in the NBA in the preseason, 105 points a game they average.
That's the end of the basketball game. It's an 11-point win for the Magic. 97-86, the final. McGrady gets 32 in his Magic debut. For Jack Gibbons and Paul Kennedy, I'm David Steele. Stay tuned for Florida Sports News.
Steak, burgers, and milkshakes. Good enough to name a restaurant after. Thinking of a hand-dipped milkshake? You are now.
There are two ways to get your sandwich made to order. One, at a fast food place, look for the empty wrap and order what isn't in it. Or two, drive over to Steak and Shake and get anything you want.
Steak and Shake, cooked to order.
To many, the words love, hope, and dreams are synonymous with horses. Breeders' Cup, Racing's Championship.
Florida teams, Florida fans, Florida sports news. Barry Milligan and Tom Block bring you all the scores, highlights, and more. Next, Florida sports news.
In case of an emergency, make sure you're in the right vehicle. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. With a safety cage body structure, head impact protection, front airbags that deploy at different levels depending on conditions, and available side airbags. Dodge Caravan. It's not a minivan, it's a mini vault. The all-new Dodge Caravan. Different.
Ewing's loyalty is shifted west. Can he lead the Sonics through the Magic's new tricks? Coverage begins Monday at 7 with Sunshine Network Live. The Bob Vance Automotive family is proud to sponsor the UCF Golden Knights. Don't miss the gridiron action as UCF sets its sights on a successful season. UCF faces Louisiana Tech Saturday at 7 on Sunshine.
Dependable coverage and expert insight on all your favorite teams.
Sunshine Network Live, weeknights at 6:30.
Season with a double-digit win over the Wizards.
Exactly right, and many of the folks in the northern part of the state watched the Magic win tonight. I don't know why we'd be surprised with the Magic win. For one, they're playing the Wizards. For two, they were pretty good in the preseason, 7-1 overall. That's exactly right. The Heat will have to wait until tomorrow night to debut their new look lineup. Orlando got to pull its newest treats right out of the Magic hat tonight, and Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Mike Miller, just some of the new faces for Doc Rivers' club tonight as he tried to improve upon a 500 season last year when the Magic were 41-41. And look right here as John Amici drives the lane and gets the layup for the first 2 points of the Magic season. Then it's Grant Hill. What bad ankle. He hits the jumper from the baseline. Magic up 11-5 over Washington. Darrell Armstrong gets his pocket picked by Rod Strickland. He goes the distance and gets the layup and the foul. The Magic are up 4 at this point. They're up by 9 after one period of play. Second quarter, Tracy McGrady absolutely lighting it up. The Magic fans are going to love this kid who's from Auburndale. And then Hill would find McGrady again, and he gets the emphatic 2 as he slams it through right there. Orlando leads 54-49 at the half. Third quarter now, Orlando trying to wrap up win number 1 on the season. On the break, Grant Hill finds the big man, John Amici, who finds the bottom of the bucket. He had a big night tonight as well. End of the third now. Here comes McGrady again, off balance. Still manages to hit the shot. He goes for a career high tonight as Tracy really lights it up. Magic were up 3 after 3. Fourth quarter, they would close it out. Who else but Mr. McGrady? This time he spins by Lopez, gets the bucket. Magic would go on to win this game 97-86. Your final score is Orlando is victorious in this one. And there you see the final score, 98-86, I beg your pardon. Tracy McGrady with 32 points, a career high, 12 boards and 4 assists. John Amici with 14 points and 3 boards. Grant Hill, quiet in terms of points, but he's so versatile, 10 assists and 5 rebounds. Howard and Richmond carrying the load as, well, you're going to see Howard and Richard carry the load all year for Washington. Win number 1 for Orlando. Of course, they will take on the Miami Heat tomorrow night in the Heat's season opener.
That's right, and Leonard Hamilton, of course, 0-1 now as a head coach in the NBA. Now to college football, where just a few weeks ago, everyone proclaimed the Miami Hurricanes back after their dramatic win over Florida State. But how far back are they? We'll know a lot more after Saturday when the Canes try to end 5 years of futility against Virginia Tech. Now, we may not know about the playing status of Hokies quarterback Michael Vick until game time as he continues to nurse an ankle sprain. A win over Va Tech would surely place Miami up a notch or 2 in the BCS rankings and perhaps give the Canes a golden opportunity to make it back to college football's Mecca. Our Mark Jones previews Game of the Year 2.
For the second time this season, Miami will play its biggest game in 5 years. This time it's Virginia Tech, ranked number 2 in the nation, that's on the scope. A team Miami hasn't defeated in 5 consecutive tries.
You try not to think about it too much, but, in the back of your mind, you really think about it. Coach Davis, hasn't had a victory with him since we've been here. We haven't beaten him yet, so it's kind of Santana, Reggie King's their last chance, and you know, we just want to go out and just play well. And if we feel if we play well and do what we can do, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah, the big games it is the reason anyone would come to Miami. So I think now from here on out, you know, we have the toughest schedule in America. You know, start playing Tennessee, Florida, Penn State, and all those teams. So I think now it's time for us to like really get back on the map.
But the seeds of success for a potential win were planted back on September the 9th when the Hurricanes lost to Washington. Miami discovered confidence in the ashes of defeat.
I think that showed the team, you know, we can put it together when we need to put it together. We came out and played a great second half. Washington, which wasn't enough. You know, we had too many mistakes in the first half. So I think the team gained confidence, Washington game, and carried that into Florida State, and I'm pretty sure we'll carry it into Virginia Tech.
We understood our mistakes, and we studied the film, what we did wrong, and how we didn't play to the best of our ability that game. We kind of sat down and talked with each other in the offense as far as getting out, practicing harder, making sure we all focused on what's going on and just going out and executing on Saturdays.
Now offensively, Miami will face a Virginia Tech defense that sometimes brings 8 as many as 9 men into the box, daring the offense to run. But running the football is exactly what Miami has done well of late. Running back James Jackson, coming off a 185-yard rushing performance, is poised and ready to lead a balanced offensive attack.
Well, it's going to be a challenge, but, you know, the offensive line, they've been doing a great job of knocking guys off the ball, and if they continue to knock guys off the ball, you know, it makes my job a little easier.
Teams are passing on them and doing a little bit of run, and hopefully we can go ahead and do what we've been doing all season and mix it up on them, and I don't see why, with the talent that we have, I don't see why we shouldn't do the same.
Defensively, Dan Morgan and Al Blades, the heart of the defense, are both on the mend. But the biggest injury wild card is Virginia Tech's quarterback, Michael Vick. But whether he plays or not, the Canes defensively remain wary of a diverse and talented Hokies offense.
I mean, the main concern is shutting the offense down. I have to find a way to do it, and whether he's playing or not, they're still going to run the same plays. I mean, I don't know how agile their backup quarterback is. I haven't seen the game against Pitt, so I couldn't answer that. But it all remains the same. We have to go out and play to win, and who's ever in the game, we have to do what we have to do to shut them down.
From Miami, I'm Mark Jones for Sunshine Network.
So there you see the Hokies have won 5 straight, and they have had it all over the Canes lately. Last year, it was the rushing game that led the way for Virginia Tech, including a monster game for Michael Vick, who had 151 yards passing and nearly 200 yards total offense. But again, not Michael Vick, at least not today, as we will wait until Saturday, probably game time, whether Vick will play at all. All right, a big night tonight. Orlando Magic win, and a big night in his inaugural outing for Tracy McGrady. A career-high 32 points with 12 boards and 4 assists. Let's go back now to the TD Waterhouse Center with T-Mac and Paul Kennedy.
What a coming-out party for Tracy McGrady tonight. A new career high. How does this feel?
Great. I had so much energy, man. I just wanted to come out and really prove that I can play on this level at a high level. And Magic can't bring me here for nothing. So, you know, granted it's not healthy, and it was my time to really step up. I got to take this team all the way.
Tracy, you came out tonight. This club put better than 30 on the board in the first quarter. The energy that this team felt initially here on opening night, and the synergy working with, say, Grant Hill and Darryl, guys you've only played with 7-8 ball games now.
Well, I'm just feeding off my teammates. You know, I got to go out and I got to play hard. They all wanted me to, you know, do the little things and do the scoring. So I got to step up my game. I got to bring it every night. You know, if I don't bring it, it's going to be guys on this team to step up. So I just had a great night tonight.
Well, the Wizards got back into this ball game in the third quarter and tied it up at 66 all. How did that happen? What happened?
Well, we was kind of playing lackadaisical to make them get back in the game, but we kept our composure. We stepped it up to a whole nother level. We got the win.
And Doc Kyman again in that huddle would say, clear it out, spread wide, and either give it to this guy in McGrady or that guy in Hill. You had a lot of room. You were able to get points all in a variety of ways. What did you prefer? You're doing it off the dribble, taking it to the hole, shooting the J.
Well, I'm a great one-on-one player. And this summer I've been working on my shooting, so that's helping me get to the hole a lot easier. And I'm just taking what the defense give me. You know, I'm not doing anything that I'm not capable of doing. I'm letting the game come to me, and I'm just having fun.
Well, go get Miami tomorrow night. Congratulations on this debut.
Thank you.
A new career high, 32 here, and a double-double for Tracy McGrady. And gentlemen, they up on the Washington Wizards in the TD Waterhouse Center.
And we will check back in Orlando a little bit later on. We'll hear some of Doc Rivers' comments after the Magic have opened the season with a win, 7-1 in the preseason, 1-0 so far on the new campaign. Well, time now for our nightly jaunt across the sports landscape, and we start in Big 12 country, where Oklahoma is okay for former Gator defensive coordinator Bob Stoops. Stoops is in just his second season atop the Sooner program. Already he's got Oklahoma on top of the nation, and as a result, he's also got a fat new contract. Stoops has received a new 5-year contract that guarantees him $1.4 million per year. That's a raise of about $750,000 annually. I suppose that's what happens when you spank your rival Cornhuskers. More coach speak. Time for Major League Baseball. Lou Pinella's not going anywhere. He was given permission to talk to the Reds, but instead will remain with Seattle. He's agreed to a new 3-year deal. Terms not disclosed, but several sources say it's around $7 million over the 3 years total. Another manager that is staying put is the Mets' Bobby Valentine. He's reached an agreement on a new 3-year contract that should fatten up his bank account handsomely. Terms not released here either, but suffice it to say that Valentine won't be needing that blue light special at Kmart when he goes shopping. The Mets made the NLCS last year and, of course, made the big show this year, losing in 5 games to the Yanks. One final note as we're watching Mets and Yanks. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, is appealing the $50,000 fine that was levied after this bat-throwing incident in the World Series. Clemens claims he didn't intend to throw the bat at Piazza, and therefore he should be fined as if it was unintentional rather than intentional, which is what baseball has done